What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the You Know Ball podcast. I am your host, Trill Bro Dude, and I am very, very excited today to be back on our bullshit, doing something that we haven't done in quite some time. It's actually been 3 years since we have done this concept, the expansion mock draft. Hopefully this time it goes a little bit smoother, because last time I was drunk on this. I no longer drink, so we will be sober and clear-headed. But before we get into that, we do need to talk a little bit up top about some news that happened this week. Obviously, it has massive effects on the championship race for this upcoming season. Fred VanVleet, no, I will not say his name correctly. Sorry to our Dutch listeners. Tore his ACL. But Sam, you know that I don't say his name right?
No, yeah, I that's not where I thought you were going to go. I thought you were going to talk about the Phoenix Suns being in turmoil for not letting their employees go to HR. Not having an HR department.
It's fine as long as it's in your contract that you're not allowed to sue them. Then you're not allowed to sue them. That's definitely a thing that is legal and should be legal, right?
My you can't sue us clause in my employment contracts has a lot of employees asking what business practices we might do that might already be in the contract.
No, Ishbia is objectively the funniest owner in the history of
It's
sport.
awesome.
I love him.
I love that he's like speed running being Sarver. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of crazy. Like everyone was like, "This guy's awesome," and then it just turns out he's like the most booger sugared up any like allegedly of any owner we've seen in recent memory.
They're gonna declare bankruptcy eventually, aren't? Because they don't have any money, and they still have. No. I'm pretty sure they're still right at the second apron. I think maybe they're a tick under it.
They're below it, but
they're still an extremely expensive roster.
Yeah, no, they're not cheap.
Even if you're under the second apron, your repeater is still going. You're not getting out of your repeater.
And they're well into the repeater now.
If I remember correctly, I do believe they figured out a way to actually get out of the aprons altogether. I might be wrong on that, but I think that's why they did the Bradley Beal thing. But either way, they're spending a lot of money on a team that's about to win like 29 games. So
he is going to straight up do the Michael Scott, I declare bankruptcy, like just like to Ramona Shelburne.
He's going to do it on their local ABC station where they broadcast their games. Okay.
All right, we can go back to that boring thing that doesn't matter. What is
it?
Starting point guard for championship contenders.
You know, people forget that Fred VanVleet was a key part of a championship team.
They do forget that, and he will not be.
Raptors fans are so quiet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
they never say anything.
They never say anything.
Yeah. No, and look, he will not be a member of a championship team this year. We can all agree that this pretty much ends any chance that they would have. I actually was tempted to pick them in the West. I'll be honest, and I hammered their over on the Over Under podcast when we did it a few weeks ago. And I probably should have factored in if Fred VanVleet misses any time, they will be playing big minutes of Reed Shepherd and big minutes of Aaron Holiday potentially. And that feels like a pretty big drop-off from Fred VanVleet, but they still are a very good, talented team. I don't think this completely sinks the fact that they're going to be like a legit playoff team.
Yeah, no. I mean, if the Bar's a playoff team, but I do think people still underrate how impactful Fred is, because like the Rockets are kind of a bozo team up and down the roster, and his ability to not turn it over is like a poor man's Halliburton shit almost, where having the ball that much and shooting that many threes and never turning it over, just like they went into the shitter when he got hurt last year. Like when they had that weird stretch where they fell from like second to fifth or sixth.
Oh yeah.
When he got hurt. And then when he came back, they got back up into second.
In the TO economy, you mean? The turnover economy?
Exactly.
The reason why that they were so good last year was that they just dominated in possessions, as people have pointed out. Like they owned the glass, they created extra possessions, but also on top of that, Fred was just a steady-handed point guard, and even when he was shooting like complete shit, his on-offs have always been incredibly good no matter where he is, because he's just someone who is not going to take a ton off the table on either side of the court and complements stars very well as well.
Fred, I just want to say, Fred missed a little over a month, and they went 8-11. And like when you're a 2 seed, an 8-11 20-game stretch kind of sucks.
Yeah, but they also have Jalen Green, and now they have Kevin Durant.
But Durant is a high turnover guy.
I think, yeah. I mean, ideally, I think this stage of Kevin Durant, not that you want to like minimize him, but you don't want him to be your drive. You don't want him to be your offensive engine.
Yeah.
You want him to be your play. Yeah. It's like
Zach made a good point. This also could lead to them having to use Durant more early, put miles on him when you don't really want to, because he's just their only competent pick and roll guy.
So I was famously killed, not online, for Twitter for this. Is anyone talking about the obvious fact that he's got like an extremely tradable salary? And like,
so he actually, people have pointed out he has a no trade clause this season. So he actually signed a deal. Don't do the thing where we have to look it up. But Keith Smith, if Keith Smith tweets it, I'm just accepting it as fact.
Okay.
Keith Smith tweeted that
the glasses have come on, Trill.
So,
we are checking.
So I guess Fred, because I remember he declined that massive salary that he had this year, which was like 40 million, I believe, or the team did. I believe it was 40 million that he was supposed to make this year. And then they signed him to like a 2-year, $50 million extension.
Yeah. Player option on the second year. Yeah.
Right. And then in the first year of that deal, he has an implied no trade clause that sometimes guys waive just because, that's what it takes to get the contract. But for whatever reason, this contract in this CBA, he has a no trade clause. He cannot be traded for the next year unless he waives that no trade clause. So that was my thought too, was like, oh wow, they could just trade him. And the first thought that people brought up was they could trade him with picks for Derek White, who
That's
I know
exactly
they've been.
What I thought exactly.
I knew you were. I knew
my mind went. Yeah.
I don't even like that for them, honestly.
It doesn't solve their creation problem, but you do get a player who's more on the timeline. I feel like
he's just too old. Derek White is sneaky old. He's 32.
He is, but it's not NBA miles. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's a guy who came in at age 19.
But
also
he's a defense guy. Defense guys don't age well.
I don't disagree with that, but I also want to point out that Kevin Durant is 37 years old. Like,
yeah, but
this injury is big because you made the Kevin Durant trade to try to win the championship this year. Is the point?
I know everyone says that, but like, I would have traded the 10th pick to get rid of Jalen.
Of course.
I think it's such a risk-free move. Whereas if they traded for Derek White, like the Celtics could just keep him.
Sure.
And they'd probably have to give up. They're giving up at least one Suns pick, probably like a Suns pick.
Salary-wise, have to like probably breed like something like that.
Because if the Celtics,
there would be real risk.
Yeah.
And you're probably still not good enough this year. And then Derek's 33 and Durant's 38. So I think that they should just like this Durant. I just would treat the whole Durant thing as the whole Durant era in Houston as found money, and then you use those Suns picks to acquire the younger star in another year or two.
I do think it's not nothing that Derek White would significantly improve the 3-point shooting from like
they have no shooting. It's
that's the thing is like my first thought was, okay, so they're probably going to shift a lot of the playmaking responsibilities onto Şengün and Amen Thompson. Now, Amen is someone who is not quite there in terms of creating in the half court, and I don't know if he'll ever get there, to be honest. I think that he might just end up being long-term in the Aaron Gordon / Sean Marion style, where he's like an elite defensive player, but third on, offense and kind of more of a glue guy on that end of the court. And then if you just combine that with the fact that, like, while Şengün has shown that he might have taken an extra step at Eurobasket this summer, I think you have to also consider that, like, they still need the shooting around. And Fred, at a minimum, was going to space out close to half court.
Yeah, he takes a ton of threes. He takes like 10
threes too. Like, not like he's not someone that like lives up next to the line. Like, he's someone who's going to put up volume and he's going to space far out. And he's also, if someone, attacks a closeout, he can get into the mid-range and he has a deadly mid-range game. Plus, he, as we said before, he can handle the ball, he can bring it up, whatever. So I think that if the plan here is just to basically go, Reed Shepherd, we need big minutes from you, I think there are obviously going to be growing pains. He won't be nearly as good as Fred VanVleet would have been in this role. And then combine that with the fact that they cannot sign anyone right now. Keith Smith also pointed this out.
Capped,
they are up against the aprons right now. They're hard capped. They also are in a situation where any of their tradable salary right now, quote unquote, is basically all guys they would never trade, like Kevin Durant and Reed Shepherd and guys like that, where they're not going to go out of their way to trade these guys who have been on the team for a little bit now, Tari Eason, when
Reed is a little more tradable than some of these other guys.
Sure, but I don't think that they
wouldn't sell as low on him as
exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. They're not going to be like, we have to trade Reed Shepherd for Kobe White, is my point. Like they're going to see this through, and I think that they'll reevaluate in December. But honestly, the one thing that I like what their front office has done. We rated them very highly in the exercise we did. But the one thing that they was a little bit short-sighted this offseason was putting so much pressure on Reed to be good right away, because Aaron Holiday, I know Udoka likes him, but like he's not a starting level point guard.
No.
And then you basically are going to need a lot more out of Reed, and you went out of your way to sign Dorian Finney-Smith, who will help you in the interim, but also the Clint Capella signing is the real one that is just kind of confusing to me, because I know that they want to try the double big thing, but like they already are going to struggle to find a way to put shooting on the court. You're removing another shooter from your rotation here, and you would have been probably better off using that $6 or $7 million to throw at a ball handler who could at least, in a pinch, come off the bench or spot start or do whatever. And, and that would be much better for the construction of this roster.
Everyone's going to yell at me and say I'm doing it again, but I really do think like Cole Anthony would like be helpful.
Yeah, wrong guy on that team. I was thinking like Gary Trent signed for 2 years, $8 million.
Oh yeah, sure.
I think he would help them a lot more than.
I think Gary Trent's been underrated for a while. I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, I don't really get. I thought I kind of understood why people didn't love him when he was on his last contract.
Yeah,
but him making barely more than league minimum is nuts to me.
Yeah, that's a great. He's like not quite a like starter, but he's like at minimum a rotation guy on every team.
Yeah, no, I think that he would be the perfect kind of stopgap.
Yeah, I was trying to think of guys they could target. Like I was thinking, and the perfect guy I had in my head was like pre-washed Bogdan.
Well, yeah, he would be good. Honestly, I mean, I don't think that this is not something that, and I'm not just saying this because I want the Sixers to figure out a trade.
Yeah,
Grimes, if he were on a reasonable contract, would be completely perfect for this situation. He will put up a ton of threes. He will fill in a similar role. He's not the ball handler that Fred VanVleet is, but he is someone that is going to be able to complement stars. And he also has the Houston connection. He went to Houston. He works out there in the offseason, but like he's either going to take the qualifying offer, and then in that case, Houston's going to want to give up no value for him because his bird rights won't go with to, for them to be able to go over the cap to retain him next year, or he's probably going to come back at a number that they can't match without sending out like multiple rotation players. And it just doesn't really make sense unless Grimes comes back at like 18 million. Then you're like, all right, we could trade Dorian Finney-Smith and Clint Capella and maybe a first for Grimes if we're like in the thick of the Western Conference race next year, and we really need that one guy to put us over the top. Because the other thing about Grimes is that he also could play with Fred VanVleet the following season as well. Like it's not like if Fred comes back and he's
that
fine,
could be your starting backcourt.
Exactly. So like that's my whole thing with that, but that just doesn't seem realistic because of Grimes's contract.
Yeah, I'm also not too optimistic about Fred long-term recovering from this well.
Yeah, he's 30.
He's so small. He's on the wrong side of 30.
Yeah.
Like he'll be bad the first year back. Then the year after that, he's like 34 and he's like 5'10". Really tough.
It's tough. It's really hard to age that well when you're that size in general, and and Fred is like really working at like the margins of what someone his size with his skill set is able to do in the NBA. Like even losing a quarter of a step when you're at his age and his size is something that can legitimately take you from like a good starter to like a fringe rotation guy.
Yeah.
I've got the solution. You guys need to lean into the Michael Mann film of this, and we need to get Malik Beasley to Houston.
Actually, well, they don't have the ability to do it.
Double sign and trade, right? Because they're hard capped anyway. I think you can. You can sign and trade twice, right? If you're already hard capped.
But they're 1.5 million below the apron, and they're hard capped at that apron.
But you sign and trade, you're sending somebody else out. So you're sending like Reed Shepard out or something.
I was listening to a bunch of these. I was listening to Bill and Zach who were doing a bunch of these trades. Most of them were very stupid, but I thought the one that they said that was pretty good was.
He said,
I thought
45 minutes of trades that can't happen.
I thought Reed for Pritchard straight up made a lot of sense.
That's pretty interesting
because Pritchard is a scam deal for 3 seasons, and the Celtics, like everyone, including the Celtics, knows they're going to end up tanking this year. Like, I refuse to believe they're dumb enough to not do it.
I will admit the fact that Jason Tatum was talking the way he was talking put the fear of God in me. Trill sent me like some of like our beat writers' tweets, like Noah Dalzell, and I'm like terrified that it's like Jason March 3rd.
Brad told him to say that to get an extra pick for Derek.
I hope so.
He's in negotiations right now.
I hope to God, because if we're in like 4th place from the back in like March 4th, and it's like 5 games out of the 10 seed, here comes Jason. I will be on the news, dude. Like
I did see a fake Twitter doctor explaining how Tatum could recover from his torn Achilles in 5 months, and I was like, "Welcome back, Aaron Rodgers."
Aaron Rodgers shit all over again, like crazy.
DMT Jason Tatum is going to be a problem, dude. He's stripped himself of his ego entirely, and he is coming back, and he is going to be LeBron James mixed with Larry Bird.
He has one of the best bodies we've ever seen. It's not an Achilles, it's a USA Achilles, folks. Anyway.
Oh, boo, tomato.
No, I mean Trump literally said that, by the way.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he said
only good can happen.
No, only good can happen. No, this is like a Trump one thing. He said that his body isn't something. His body is USA. I can't remember. It was awesome. I have to find the exact quote.
His
mind. It was from when he had COVID. And it was.
I'm biting my lower lip.
Shams broke the news. Yeah. His best scoop ever.
Yeah. So, by the way, shout out to Brian who sent in a super chat here. Unfortunately, we could not get Aaron Turner for this episode, but a consolation gift to him is we will be taking Jonathan Kuminga, his client, to boost. We will be selecting him with the first pick in the expansion draft in order to get some more money from the Golden State Warriors. We can end our long national nightmare that is that contract negotiation.
Sorry, the Trump quote was, it was not in my DNA because my DNA is USA.
Incredible.
He's got him.
There we go.
Amazing.
Checkmate, liberals.
There we go. Incredible.
Yep. We have been owned. Anyway, watch Eddington. It is a documentary.
But
anyway,
can I make fun of Bill a little bit more? Just
yes.
No, we won't do 45 minutes on the trades. But
I haven't listened to the Bill Zach podcast.
I listened to it right before this. Their solution to Bill's solution to the shooting and ball handling, and these were the first 2 guys he said were Ayo Dosunmu and Jose Alvarado.
Amazing.
To solve the pull-up shooting.
Hey, we saw Jose Alvarado run an offense live in person. And let me tell you, it was very impressive when he was going up against the Jalen Hood Shafino-led Sixers offense.
And then I already said this to Trill, but at one point, Zach with like this, you could tell he was disgusted saying it, but he's held hostage, so he has to.
Yeah.
He was like, Tyler Hero? And then Bill, with the highest pitch I've ever heard him speak in, goes, too much money. I can't even get that high. It was so high.
I can't imagine Ime Udoka and Tyler Hero having a conversation.
I think Tyler Hero would like go out of his way.
Remember Amen Thompson beat the shit out of him?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I forgot about that too. Yeah, you could get over that stuff. But yeah, I did forget that they had a beef as well.
I do love the idea of Tyler Hero being like, Coach, where are we clubbing tonight? And Ime being like, I got like dinner plans, man. I gotta. You go ahead,
Tyler Hero.
He's like, Ime's like sneaking out like the service entrances to like so Tyler can't see him out front.
He's got Paul
calling an Uber. Yeah. Coach, I waited forever. I thought we were going to the club. No.
Now I need this to happen.
Yeah,
Tyler Hero in Houston would be It would be a
I know
movie.
he would love to play for Ime, dude. He would love
Which
to play
movie
for Ime.
specifically? Malibu's Most Wanted. Anyway.
No.
So all right.
By the way, also that Trump quote I just said apparently is fake. This is back when Reuters was still fake checking them. So
God, nothing is real, dude. Speaking of, we do not have a shared reality anymore. All right. Let's get into what we came here to do, which is the expansion draft. By the way, Sam, I don't know when I sent you an updated link here for shout out to everyone in the Discord who helped us put this together. There's a lot of work because we had to do unprotected players for all 30 teams. I protected for the Sixers. Sam protected for the Celtics. I'm assuming it was Will who protected for the Nets in there. I sent in this document, and as of yesterday, there were some funnier ones that have since been changed. Unfortunately, there were a few. I had to make it and lock it so that no one could edit it anymore. I saw Peter went back in, and after having Rob Dillingham protected and Rudy Gobert available drafted, he came to his senses and he flipped those. But we had a few other ones in here, so we'll go through at least the best of who was protected in this.
Sorry,
I'm going to pull up the sheet.
I just need to make a quick announcement before we get into this. So recently I've become the unofficial director of marketing here at Uniball, and we recently acquired a new sponsor. This episode is brought to you by Tylenol, our latest sponsorship. And I'm just going to let you know right now that my mom took Tylenol when she was pregnant, and there's 4 of us, and only one of us has autism. There's a 75% chance you're good.
Yeah.
There's no way I have autism. Anyways, let's get into my 45-person big board of doing this fake expansion mock draft.
Will, I appreciate it, but I don't think we need to market that to our audience.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we're good.
You're tuned into this. You're somewhere on it.
We need the folic acid cure, maybe more. But I'm hoping nobody changed theirs too much because I went through and made my own little side big board.
I have a board in tiers.
I have a board as well, so we'll go through here.
Did you guys remember that your board has to have at least one person from every team?
No, I didn't. But
because I went back and the funniest one.
Hold on. Was that in the original expansion mock draft that we did?
I thought the rule with expansion drafts
is that you have to draft
someone. No, I thought it was once a guy from a team is selected, you can't take anyone else from that team.
All right, well, that's going to make this more interesting then.
Do we want to do that? Because I want to.
I thought that was the rule.
Before anyone yells at us, we know this is not the official rules. We're just having fun here, okay? Yeah. Like I understand. Like everyone always, whenever you do an expansion mock draft, everyone's like, "No, that's not how it would work. You would do this, and you would do that." We're making it up. We're making it up as we go. Yeah, it's made up.
Who did the Kings for this exercise said, "Do I have to protect 7 players?"
I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of tough for the Sixers. I was like, I guess I'll protect this person.
The 6th person I did was the Miaskata, dude. Like,
the Celtics are a rough one.
Yeah,
which is funny because 2 years ago was 3 years ago when we did it was the opposite. I remember we were like, man, they're gonna have to leave someone. But last time we did it, we protected 8 players. We left 7 available to be drafted. This time we flipped it. We protected 7. We left 8 available to be drafted.
The fewer you protect, the more fun it is.
It's more fun, and also some teams haven't even filled out their full roster yet. Like the Cavs just signed Thomas Bryant today. There will be other teams that probably sign guys over the next few weeks. Some guys left the rosters. Some teams left the roster spot open because they want to save money on the tax. So there's a ton of different factors going into all of this. But I just want to let's talk about Sam's first, which is the Celtics. Sam protected Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, Neemias Queta, and Hugo Gonzalez. So that leaves Anthony Simons, Chris Boucher, Josh Minot, Luka Garza, Jordan Walsh, Baylor Shireman, Xavier Tillman, and then I threw on Amari Williams just to pander to Sam a little bit there because he's their 2-way guy at the end of the roster.
Max Shulga is not available.
Demon Max Shulga, you technically can draft him if you want. I just didn't think that anyone was going to be jumping all over that one. So I then went through. All right, we'll do Will's here, which is the Brooklyn Nets. Will protected Yegor Demin, Nolan Treyarch, Drake Powell, Danny Wolf, Nick Claxton, Day'Ron Sharp, Noah Clowney, and he left Ben Seraph, Zaire Williams, Michael Porter Jr., Terrence Mann, Cam Thomas, Hayward Highsmith, and Kobe Buffkin all available to be drafted. A
ton of talent there.
A lot going on for this team. I do just also want to point out that your two of your first round picks are still injured, or one is newly injured, and one has not resumed activity, with Drake Powell, who had a knee injury and has still not resumed 5-on-5, and Yegor Demin, who apparently has plantar fasciitis.
Yeah, Sean Marks exclusively drafts injured players. It's always been this. His first draft pick was
Karis LeVert. Yeah, I was going to say.
Dariq Whitehead, John and Musa's back was not straight.
Awesome.
Almost exclusively first round picks on injured guys.
Yep, and all good guys too. Anyway, for the Sixers, I protected Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Jared McCain, Quentin Grimes, which I guess I put a question mark after that. His contract has still not been resolved. I'm assuming it will be resolved sometime in the next week. Even if he takes the qualifying offer, there aren't a ton of people. Adem Bona, Janai Broom, and Justin Edwards. Leaving, yes, I left Joel Embiid unprotected. Yeah. I'm sorry, Sixers fans. I know you're going to get mad at me, but I'm trying to think of what the team would actually do in this scenario, and there's no chance in hell that Daryl Morey wouldn't say, let's get off this contract if we can. And then after that, I have Paul George, Trendon Watford, Kelly Oubre, Andre Drummond, Eric Gordon, Kyle Lowry, and then I threw on Jabari Walker, who's on a two-way.
I was looking at like the average ages and salaries of the not protected players. And the Sixers are such a hilarious outlier in both directions, where like it's so much of their payroll and they're so old, whereas most of the unprotected guys are like 22-year-olds who nobody except people who listen to this podcast have heard of. But then the Sixers, it's like Hall of Famers.
I was going to say, it is because it's literally because we just have to use this opportunity to go into a rebuild if possible. We won't go through all the unprotected and protected players, but if there is anyone that stood out to you, Will or Sam, that you want to point out.
I think the Thunder edge is fun to talk about.
Okay, the Thunder,
the last guy protected versus the first guy not protected.
Yeah,
okay, I pretty strongly disagree with that.
Okay, so Topic, they left Topic unprotected. They protected Topic. No. And then they left Alex Caruso unprotected. This was done by, I am looking at it right now. This was done by Ben Vance, who is a Thunder fan. Yeah. He's in the Discord, and he is a Thunder fan, and he apparently is a big Topic believer.
I think that's nuts. You have a title team right now.
Yeah.
Caruso is like the fourth best player on that team.
Yeah, I agree.
I would say in the playoffs, probably the third, to be honest.
Like insane. He won them a game 7. Like, like I would, and if you love Topic, I would let Dort or Hartenstein go before Caruso.
Especially Hartenstein because of the contract situation.
Yeah, he's gonna be gone anyways. You know.
He'll be gone a year from now, and Caruso just signed an extension. So I would definitely, if I were doing this, I would have also done that.
And because I have I have a tier of
protected Chet.
I have a tier of two guys, and I think we should talk about the other team. The tier is called "It's Stupid They're Not Protected," and it would be Cleveland would be the other one. Okay, but this one I understood the logic a little bit, but
okay. So for anyone who is listening to this, Darius Garland was left unprotected by Chris in our group DM. The reason why was basically he thinks that Darius Garland is a massive playoff dropper and that they need to move on from him. And that basically they're not going to get anything for him in a trade, which is why they haven't been able to trade him.
That is less correct, though.
So here's
I feel like they've just had the mentality, we'll only trade him for a high price.
Sure. Right. Whereas we've said like they might be in a situation where they actually probably could trade Garland for a worse player and get like, for example, the PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford style trade we've talked about before. There are trades out there they could make that where they trade Garland for quote unquote a worse player, and then they might be better off in the playoffs because they fill a need.
I was going to say a version of when Dallas turned Porzingis into Dinwiddie and Bertans, and they made the conference finals. And
something along
those two guys. But Dinwiddie was really fucking good for them.
I'd call them about New Orleans about Herb Jones and like some stuff. Like,
Dumars is crazy. I was thinking maybe a Garland Lowry swap. kind of two undesired assets.
I honestly don't know that the Pelicans would do that, only due to the fact that they just drafted Jeremiah Fears in the top 10 and they traded for Jordan Poole's contract for whatever reason. By the way, I had a number 1 pick lined up here. My number 1 pick in this was going to be Zion. I was like locked in on drafting Zion with the first pick in this expansion mock draft. Unfortunately, whoever did that protection in here went in and flipped that last second here, and made Jordan Poole part of this and left him completely unprotected. I guess he forgot about the contract element with Jordan Poole, because especially with Zion too, it was Troy Weaver believer in our Discord. Troy, that was a very Troy Weaver move to leave Zion unprotected.
If anything, Zion is a Troy Weaver guy. He almost feels like a second draft guy at this point.
Exactly. Yeah. And also
he's from an area kind of close to the DMV.
Close enough. And then also he's a big, and I do just want to point out that Zion has the football contract, which I know he's built like a football player. He has the football contract. That is a big reason why you would want to draft him in something like this. Because if he sucks, okay, goodbye Zion. If he's great, you either have a franchise player to build around, or you could have a great trade chip. But ultimately, they ended up protecting him, and now he is not available. So he will not be, obviously, my first pick in this expansion mock draft. Were there any other ones that really stood out that made you go, wow? Because a few of them got changed. The one I pointed out that Peter changed earlier with Rob Dillingham and Rudy Gobert being flipped. There was no other ones that made me it didn't drop my jaw. I did laugh at the Kings, which Billy did. He left Sabonis, Levine, and DeMar all unprotected.
Correctly.
which is incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so I understand the Levine and DeMar for sure. Sabonis, I know he makes a lot of money and he has no trade value. I was surprised that he was just like, let's move on from Sabonis already.
His logic was, I was talking to him, he said, because Sabonis will make it so that we can't pick higher than 9th.
Sure.
And they have all their picks. So if somebody took Sabonis, they could tank.
Definitely. I mean, that is the floor setting that you get with someone like Sabonis, where you win 30 to 35 games no matter what, is kind of the reason why you would probably want to move on here. I will point out that the person who did the Heat in our Discord was Dion Waitress, who is the resident Heat fan in the YKB Discord. And he chose to protect Davion Mitchell, Norm Powell, and Kasparis Yakachones over Tyler Hero. So his reasoning when I asked was, I know we're going to pay him $50 million and it's going to drive me insane. Then he's going to get a max contract again from this team. So
shout out to Dion Waitress, because being a Miami Heat fan in this community is you are God's strongest soldier.
Well, but also you have to keep in mind the reason why he likes the podcast and why he's part of the YKB Discord is because he is frustrated with the team and Pat Riley. Everyone hates Pat Riley now, so we'll probably get more Heat fans now because they also agree with the fact that their front office is incredibly
I feel like
overrated.
the fans that don't like this podcast are fans that love their front office, and Heat fans hate
they're trending towards the opposite, where they're getting real about what the reality of this is.
Yeah, we are very anti front office for the most part. It's very hard to be any fan of because you're a true you're a zealot if you like your front office. Almost universally. Who are even the good front offices? Even the Celtics have a pretty good front office, and Celtics fans are kind of crazy.
I would say Celtics and Thunder fans have kind of,
and Houston's basically right there.
Yeah.
Is the point when you get the 100% approval rating is the infancy of when you're a contender.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly
what Houston is right now. And
exactly.
OKC is just the GOAT team build, so you can't even really.
Yeah, there's no way.
That's why Boston 2 years ago, or even last year, Brad was Jesus, and now it's Brad can't fucking draft. What the hell?
Well, that was what I was gonna say, is because it does bear mentioning the original Danny Ainge one. The Celtics straight up tanked, losing 3 max free agents for basically nothing, in terms of Gordon Hayward being injured and dead, and then Kyrie and Al just leaving. That doesn't happen to teams, and they just continue to be good. That is pretty impressive. Anyway, sorry. We've talked about this.
Sam bringing it back to the 2017 and 2018 era Celtics.
It would have been so different, dude.
Let's start our expansion draft. Sam,
Yeah.
For anyone who's listening, Will be the live audio commentary for this episode. Will be he has tapped into a higher secret Patreon tier that we have allowed him to have access to, that will allow him to shit on our picks and give commentary as we continue to go throughout this. But me and Sam will be the ones building the teams on this episode. Sam, do you want Seattle or Vegas is my first question for you.
I would love to have Seattle as a big Pacific Northwest guy. That's like my
Sure.
favorite. That is my favorite section of the country I've never been to. I just know I would love it spiritually. So I love it. I hate, and Vegas is the part of the country I hate despite never going to it.
So I know that you're a huge supporter of Jeff Bezos and what he's done to the city. So I do appreciate that you're taking over for the Sonics. And you can support your guys, Howard Schultz and Jeff Bezos on this episode, represent for them. I will be the Las Vegas Adelsons for this episode. I will be drafting for my least favorite city that I've ever been to in my entire life. I think that we should nuke Las Vegas. What's that?
I was gonna say, well, that is a Fallout New Vegas. You're like we have a strong trans fan base, and this is a little shout out for our trans fans.
There you go.
Fallout New Vegas,
greatest piece of art ever created that I've never played before. But so let's get into it. I'm not opposed to taking the first pick. I'll allow you to have the first pick. I'll let you choose, Sam. Whatever you want to do.
Just before we're not going to do the one team rule.
I'm down for whatever, to be honest.
Do it. Yeah,
I'll do it. That will make it more fun and difficult.
I always thought the rule because I always thought that's what happened. I thought that was the rule because then teams like OKC get screwed because they got like 4 players each taken away. So I always thought it was.
I think you're right, Will.
Once a Thunder player is drafted, you're not allowed to take other guys from the.
That's fair. That's fair. So, all right. Do we want it, Sam? Do you want the first pick? And also, are we going to veto the Darius Garland inclusion here? Or are we going to allow that to happen?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
I think I
am going to pick him number 1 if we are.
I had him number 1 on my board. Honestly.
Yeah,
he's the best player by a mile.
I had him number 1 too, but I think it's more justifiable than the Caruso Topic thing.
Yeah.
That's fair. A little bit easier to say. But I will be taking Darius Garland number 1 overall.
All right. Sam starts his team with Darius Garland, an offensive engine.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I said, I think he's the only player that I would consider a top 30, 35 player on this list currently. Like, because Joel just doesn't play games.
He's the only player on this list who is a good chance to make the All-Star team this season.
Yeah, this upcoming year. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing I think is very appealing about Garland in this kind of process is most of your roster is going to be a lot of really young, bad players. And he is the kind of point guard who can help develop guys.
Definitely. Yeah.
Totally. Like he's not so ball dominant. He shoots a ton of threes. He's a great playmaker.
Sure. Yeah, no, I actually the sneaky part of why I wanted to draft Garland, on top of the fact that he's like legitimately a very good regular season player, is the fact that he is someone that also might have trade value if he goes to a new situation. And like, let's say like you get him and in your first year you win 28 games and he looks like you said an all-star. He's someone who might still appeal to a team like the Rockets a year from now. He might appeal to a team that just needs someone to fit into that mold, or maybe even a team that's like the Bulls that just always wants to compete. And then you can get real trade value back for him. He can help you compete to start your franchise, and he won't fuck up your rebuild so much that you have to like, fake an injury for him down the stretch of the season.
This is really interesting. So look at what Leandro Barbosa, by the way, a huge fan of.
It's the real one. It's the actual Leandro.
That is actually Leandro himself.
Yeah.
He's a hog.
Yeah. In the 04 expansion, each team could only lose 1 player. The expansion team was also allowed to receive cash, draft picks, or other assets in exchange for promises to select or not select a player.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is that element of it was just a little bit too complicated. But I do remember discussing this last time, because I remember trying to move off contracts during the draft. Like I remember, like, for example, like someone could pay, like the Sixers could pay me to take Joel Embiid or Paul George, for example. but we don't have the representatives.
Yeah, but you could also do like I think this like that would come into play with the Thunder.
Sure.
Like I could see them being like, here's one of our first to not take Topic.
For sure.
Or like,
exactly. Yeah, one of the other firsts or something like that. Because I think it's also hard to do that, to do the not selecting something when there's two teams on the board. Because then it means you have to pay both teams to keep them off. Like you're getting screwed coming and going. I think it makes more sense from the perspective of like, asking for draft, like for a first round picks. But like, I would call that. I would not call about Embiid, but I would call about Paul George. I'd be like, hey, we're not doing anything. Like,
that was my thought, was that there might be a team that this is basically how the NHL expansion draft worked, and that's how the Vegas team built their asset base, and then they immediately became good because they got all these draft picks, and then they nailed their draft picks, and then within like 2 to 3 years of the expansion draft, they were already contenders. I think they even, if I remember correctly, I think they
were in the finals in year one.
Yeah, exactly. It was very, very quick for them. I don't pay attention to hockey, but I do remember that. Okay, so this changes my calculus a little bit because I totally forgot about the rule that you can't. I'm still going to stick with my gut here. I would have taken Garland first, but I'm going to take the player that I know that Sam will take if he's available with the next pick, and I will take Alex Caruso.
Okay, yeah, you're correct. That was who I was going to take next.
Yeah, I had those two guys in their own tier of should not be available.
I actually think Caruso is kind of the inverse of Garland in that, like, if you have him with like even passable defenders around him, you're gonna have a very good defense. Yeah. The difference is that he can usually only play like 25 minutes a game, as opposed to Garland could probably play closer to like 30 to 35. But I also think that like I'm going into this thinking we're gonna have like we're going to be bad no matter what our first year when we build this team. But my idea with this is essentially I might even be able to trade Alex Caruso by the trade deadline. I might be able to get like a real good pick for him from another team if I'm able to, take him on. And he can help me compete to start my franchise. And then 50 games in, if a team wants to call me up and give me a first round pick and like a young player, I'm not opposed to it. Yeah, exactly.
The first like 15 guys I wrote down are all guys that I would then plan on trading again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I might be able to go out and get someone like, I don't know, Josh Giddey, maybe. You think the Bulls would trade their salaries match? Could you imagine if you traded Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey?
Man, wouldn't that be fired insane? Immediately. You definitely wouldn't get extended.
No, absolutely
not. Be dead on arrival.
Yeah. All right. So my first player.
You're a Celtics fan.
What did he say?
He's complaining about like everything working out for the Thunder. Like
why? Because this would be this could help them dodge the second apron. But they still have 3 max contracts on their books, including Shea's supermax.
They're not that expensive right now.
Right now, they're still 2 years away from being like at that point.
I think they're so at like all of their salary is desirable. Like the closest thing they're gonna have to a bad contract is probably fucking Chet.
Yeah, I was just gonna say no. They're gonna continue to pretend Chet is good for 2 more years.
Like the reason the Celtics hit financial hell was because they had 2 supermaxes. They're on 2. The Thunder have 1. The key to contending is the baby max. That is your window.
I was gonna say, and Jalen Williams on a baby max is like a value.
Yeah,
like he's like very clearly one of the 15 to 20 best players in the NBA, and has
more importantly, as a guy who doesn't like need the ball. Like a lot of his value is off the ball, like which is very rare for players.
I think that he's very good on the ball as well.
He's good on the ball, but he's like a plus defender, and he's like an exceptional transition player. Like and is like big and versatile. And I think Jalen Williams as a primary ball handler in the full half court would be like the 7th thing I would get to when listing like his best traits.
I will say this does hurt that I can't draft anyone else on the Thunder now. Yeah, because like you're looking at the rest of the Cavs, you're like, all right, whatever. Like I can't.
When you get to like the Suns and the Kings and the Bucks, it's fucking
it's
brutal.
Gonna be awful. I mean,
those guys are at the bottom of my board.
I might end up taking Paul George just because, like, I don't care about anyone else on the Sixers. So, all right, Sam, you're back up on the board. The Seattle bleeps select.
The Seattle bleeps.
Sam might not remember the nickname he gave them that we couldn't say on the podcast last time, but
I swear to God, I literally don't. I'm closing in on.
You might have brain damage.
I have the worst brain in the
Wow,
world.
Sam.
That's just
Sam
from
Sheehan,
burnout.
Sam Sheehan not listening on the Uniball podcast. You're hearing this for the first time.
It was his own joke 3 years ago. Yeah.
Gone.
Let's just call them the Seattle Tech Josh Giddies. Anyway.
I'm gonna. I swear to God, I'm not doing a bit because people are think I'm doing this like just to like get a rise out of everyone. I think I have to take Kristaps Porzingis here.
I had him pretty high. He's a fifth on my
great
board.
Rebuilding guy too.
That's he just the spacing you get with him.
If you have like young creators, it's kind of
yes. I think he would help you. He would help you develop guys, and like he's not gonna roadblock anyone because he's gonna play 20 games a year. So like I don't know. I think he's like kind of good. I think he's kind of a good pick here because I do think he can still maybe not plus value, but I do think you could still get off him like if you needed to. I mean, the Celtics did. They didn't get much value back, but like you wouldn't. He's not a negative contract, and I think he would help you develop your team.
Yeah, he's expiring. If it goes terribly, you just let him walk.
Yeah, and honestly, if you think about the fact that these new laws are coming around that you don't have to get vaccines, you'll probably just want to do a rental anyway with him because I would imagine this man has never had a vaccine in his entire life.
No,
and he's going to. He's going to create whatever he's doing in Seattle, he's going to create a new version of COVID.
Do you remember how like the two teams, like the Mavericks were pretty bad, but like the Mavericks and the Celtics were like miles ahead of every other team with guys missing COVID protocols?
Oh yeah.
In the Celtics case,
Celtics fans still talk about it.
It was still because it was almost entirely Tristan Thompson who just would not stop going to the club. and getting COVID over and over again, and Kristaps will be doing that, with the Legionnaire's disease or whatever mystery disease he had. Like
I was going to say, it's going to be really cool that you get RFK Jr. to come to your games. I think fans will want to come just for that alone.
Sam, I realized today when I was looking at the over-unders that I'm really shocked. I know you're a contrarian, so now you have to be anti-Hawks now that they're trendy, but they have a lot of similarities to the Isaiah Thomas Celtics at this point. So in many ways, they're kind of your perfect team.
Platonic ideal.
They honestly they kind of are, but I don't like being early. I don't like. There's too many people like them. It never works out when too many people like a team.
You got to set the trend. You can't.
The NBA nerd media was never hyped up the Celtics or Thunder before they won the title. Yeah.
No, but like by the time the Thunder won the title, everyone knew. Like we locked their 62.5 over. You know what I'm saying? Like it was such an obvious thing. Like by last year rolled around, I was more talking. This feels more like the Thunder 3 years ago. Like. When they made the playoffs and everyone was like, well, watch out, here comes this team. But it's like, I don't know, it's different. Anyway.
All right. So I'm going to be honest here. I'm going to end up probably taking a player much earlier than I anticipated taking them. Mm-hmm. But due to the fact that Sam got the player that I wanted to take first, and that kind of had made me change my team build on the fly here, I am going to be taking Sabonis here. I'm going to take Sabonis.
I'm not on my board.
All right, but hear me out. Here's my reason why. Sabonis is kind of the perfect fake star to have when you're doing hey, come see Sabonis. I mean, there's a reason why the Kings traded for him, right? There's a reason why it's look at this guy that will help us win 40 games and make the play-in. And he will take you from being a poverty franchise to lifting you up. Now, I know Billy's reasoning was that we are, oh my God, we're going to be too competent. We can't tank, right? Well, here's the thing. If that is the case, I've already said I'm willing to trade Alex Caruso already. And also I want to add on top of that so far my best shooter is Alex Caruso. So that will be we will not be shooting a ton of threes and making a ton of threes. Every game that we win the score will be 89 to 88.
I don't know. Caruso and Sabonis, I think you already have a 5 seed in the East at this point. You're lucky you're in the West.
This team probably could beat the Toronto Raptors in a playoff series.
Yes. Just with 2
I was
players.
also gonna say
Like Colin Sexton on
if
Alabama.
you're worried about your team winning too much, you could just select RJ Barrett. And then you're in good shape.
The anchor.
Trill, would you have taken Kristaps 3 if you were gonna go 3? Or would you still take it?
No, I probably wouldn't have. I mean, I don't care about the now the appealing part about Kristaps is that it is similar to what I was saying with Zion earlier, where if he is healthy, he has this skill set that so few players in the NBA have, where he can shoot threes, he can protect the rim, and you can also run a little bit of offense through him. When, you know, he was, for the Celtics, he was the mismatch buster. He was someone who could like play real games. But since we're doing expansion mode here, I'm like, I'm just getting guys who like players that fans will want to come see, but also won't make me so good in the West specifically that I will, end up winning too many games. We're probably still going to be like a 20-something win team and have a shot in next year's lottery. And Porzingis would probably have more trade value than Sabonis if he played well for half a season, but I'm just trying to get him in-house here for the next few years to have someone to compete.
And Sabonis also, to argue against myself, could help like young guards, like
that's the big
shows.
Thing. Yeah.
He does the dirty way. He sets really good screens.
Yeah. He's basically what you were saying about Garland. I had the same idea where like he gives you a little bit of offensive infrastructure where he's just like honestly, I've thought about like if the Kings went into rebuild mode and they traded Sabonis, would the Sixers be able to trade like Paul George and a pick for Sabonis just to give this, like, assuming Joel Embiid is just not Joel Embiid anymore, to give like Maxey, McCain, VJ guys to have like a little bit of like a DHO hub and make more sense on offense? Because we're not winning the championship.
Well, that's what they got Demon Watford for.
Exactly. And hey, respect Johnny Broom, okay? Johnny Broom will not be disrespected on this podcast. Yeah, he's already 45 years old.
He's so fun to watch. It's like they put a 50-year-old out there. It's awesome.
It's amazing. He has 50-year-old knees. I love it. So yeah, I'm gonna take Sabonis.
I had KP 5 on my board. 3 and 4 have still not been taken.
So I the reason I bring that up is because I realized we should have been snaking. Like we should be doing 2 picks in a row. Because you know what I'm saying? Because I went first.
Doesn't matter. I would have taken Sabonis with the 3rd pick anyway. So
but I'm saying I should go and then you should take 2 picks. Now.
That's fair. That's fair.
And then 2 picks is unless no one cares, but that is the more fair way. Because I do get a pretty significant advantage by picking first. But
okay. All right. So you're saying that I have to go now?
No, I'm saying I would go, but then you would pick twice, and then we would pick.
Sam will pick once, and then just go 2, 2, 2, 2.
Yeah,
fair.
Exactly.
Okay, whatever you want to do.
Okay, let's do that. Because I think that's a little bit more fair. I'm thinking long and hard about this because this is where things start getting a little mushy for me.
There's still some good players.
There's some good players, but I'm trying to think about where I want to go with
Sam
this.
might be able to build like literally his, as I've said before,
Sam could build his perfect team. Yeah, his 39 win team.
We had, by the way, we did this in the expansion draft. We used no assets, and we got a 43 win team that got destroyed in the play-in.
Yeah, I don't make me hard on stream. Like, let's not bring this up right now. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna take Ayo Dosunmu. I don't care.
Okay. I had him on my list. I didn't have him this high.
Yeah, me too. He was a lot.
Yeah.
I had him like 12.
Sam worried about making his team too good potentially?
Yes.
So Ayo, I had him a little bit lower as a role player.
I don't think Ayo's very good. I think Ayo benefits from being on the Bulls.
Sure.
I think if Ayo was on a great team, he's like he's in the rotation when like guys are hurt.
I was gonna say he's like a 7th, 8th, 9th guy.
I don't think he's in a playoff rotation of a team that makes the conference finals.
That's fair. Because I think we're already at that point.
I think I have 2 more guys that I think are at that level.
Okay. Well,
one of whom we've literally seen it.
Unfortunately, I can't draft the player that is number 1 on my board right now because I can't beat I will not beat the allegations if I take this player after drafting Caruso and Sabonis. Let's just say they have some,
I think we're talking about the same guy.
Genetic makeup that is the same here.
Yeah.
So I actually have 2 picks in a row, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay. So
just pick the white guy second.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm going to take Michael Porter Jr.
Let's go.
Really?
Hilarious.
Yep.
Hilarious.
Look,
not on the board.
Not on the board?
No.
You don't have him on your board at all?
Because I didn't want bad contracts. I really thought mostly.
I don't care about contracts.
I had 3 tiers. I had a tier of like guys I could trade and also maybe keep, guys I would definitely trade, and then I have like a young Flyers tier. But I'm
looking at this. There were a few guys that I liked on OKC that I would have considered taking a little bit higher, but I can't take an OKC guy.
Like the Nets guy I have on my board, I only have 1, is Zaire Williams. Okay, it's just like a normal bench wing.
Yeah. All right, let's fuck it. We ball. Let's create the most problematic team.
Trill, you're right. You can't deny MPJ's off the court impact. That's really why you wanted him.
We're going all problematic, baby.
He's a good culture guy.
Come on down. Malibu's most wanted. We're taking Tyler Hero.
Let's go.
And another one.
I thought about he was the one I was thinking about taking.
So my backcourt right now is Tyler Hero and Alex Caruso. My front court right now is Sabonis and Michael Porter Jr.
I think you would make the playoffs in the East.
I honestly think we'd be punching for it. I think.
I guess when I was making my board, I didn't really think about like building a roster. I just thought about like best.
Yeah, Tyler Hero. My problem is I can't have a starting backcourt of Tyler Hero and Darius Garland. Man, I just can't. Like even if it's for like a little bit. Like
no, Tyler Hero.
Yeah, you got to take Kuzma later.
Actually, I am starting to worry that this team, because I said before, well, I just won't get a lot of shooting, and then I drafted 2 of the best shooters in the NBA.
Don't worry, just get the commander from Toronto, and you're all set.
Commander.
Former top pick.
My 3 and 4 both have not been taken, and I thought Trill was alluding to 3 earlier, but I think he was talking about Hero. They're both role players. They're not like expensive high.
I think I know who you're talking about, but I didn't take that player, but I know exactly who you're talking about. So well,
I have him fairly high.
I can't take him anymore, but
he's no longer draftable.
I can't draft him because he's on the Heat, and I've drafted a Heat player, a Nets player, a Kings player, and a Thunder.
Well, I think it eliminates all of them.
It's not one of each.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm aware.
Yeah.
Oh, neither of us can draft.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Wow, this gets even more interesting.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
No, because drafting a 15-man roster, we take from every team in the NBA.
Okay, so then I'm going to highlight in red. Yeah, I was going to say I'm going to highlight in red here which player while Sam makes his next pick. I can't edit this. So yeah, just write down no Cavs.
Yeah.
So no Cavs, Thunder, no Hawks,
Thunder, Bulls.
Who was after Porzingis? It would have been Trill's pick again, right?
It was no. After Porzingis was Io. I took Bulls. And then the Nets, Heat.
I got to be honest. That makes me feel better about my Caruso pick because Aaron Wiggins and AJ Mitchell were both players that I would have liked to try to draft.
No, yeah, that's why they have this rule because the Thunder would get like 6 guys taken.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you guys are listening, just remember. Hashtag no kings. Anyway, continue, Sam.
Hashtag no kings. All right, I'll take Daniel Gafford at this point.
Yeah, I had him pretty high.
Yeah, I had him decently high. He was second on my bigs board behind Sabonis.
I have him 7th.
Okay, so no Mavs now. So we have no Mavericks.
I mean, boring pick. Yeah,
he'll
set some screens and you'll trade him for some seconds in a few months.
And a swap, maybe. He was originally traded for a swap, if I remember correctly. That was
the Wizards got a crappy first, but the Mavericks didn't have a crappy first to give, so they took it out on loan and gave a swap to the Thunder.
Well, it's fine. They have don't worry about it.
The Thunder were just the fucking bank for these trades.
I forgot about that. Yeah, they did it with the Harden trade too. They were like, you want a line of credit? Oh my God.
And
They're
now
so
I will also take Chris Middleton.
Wait, you get back to back because of is that how the snake draft? Okay, gotcha. Okay.
We're just picking twice from in a row.
Okay, so you took Chris Middleton?
Chris Middleton. Yeah,
I would not have taken Chris Middleton.
Probably my most disgusting name on my board. You guys want to know the wizard? Can you guys guess the wizard that I had on my board?
Hold on, let me look at the Wizards roster right now.
It's very on brand.
Before you say anything, you would have taken Justin Champagnie.
Yeah.
No, thought about it. I took Vucevic.
He's not even listed here. Hold on.
Dude,
we don't even have him down.
He kind of went crazy during Mickey Mouse March. He shoots like 60% on twos. He can stretch the floor. He's 7 feet tall.
Perverted.
I think he can be like a Mo Wagner. Like I think he's like pretty good.
Get me worked up talking about that.
Wait, and it was the same idea that we talked about with Porzingis. It's about
isn't he on a two-way? I don't even think he's on a
two-way guys are. I thought two-way guys. I thought because
they're eligible.
They are eligible.
I have one other two-way guy written, but he has good analytics. Backup center, good analytics. Shocking.
Can we draft Exhibit 10 guys? Can I draft Imani Bates?
Yeah, I saw people saying, was he going to be protected? And I was like, Trill would do it.
I'm telling you, I've seen highlights on Ball Don't Stop Instagram when he was 17.
Play when he was like in person, because he grew up in the town right next to Ann Arbor. So we went and watched him play like right before COVID. He was like 15 or something, and they literally would just like double team him at half court. It was so stupid. It was hilarious.
Well, we've talked about Imani Bates before because Parm famously said he was a my dad bought a high school guy, where him and
PBJ.
Yeah, so basically they started. He had a high school for basically so that he could develop. And then he left high school early to go to, he was originally going to go to Michigan State. Then he decommitted from Michigan State and went to Eastern Michigan instead, if I remember correctly. And he was not good at Eastern Michigan.
I thought he did Memphis first. Then
you're right. He did Memphis first I think he was 17.
Yeah, he was not eligible after his first year.
Yeah. And then he had to go to Eastern Michigan and he played there. So I was shocked to Google him today and find out he was still 21. But I was like, yeah, that makes sense. He's been around forever. He was at one point called the next Kevin Durant, and now he's on the Delaware Bluecoats and doesn't even have a two-way contract.
He is insanely unathletic. Like, it is jarring when you watch him how unathletic he is.
That's pretty much exactly. They said that he was like super skinny and he was very unathletic, which is why
he has T-Rex arms too.
Yeah.
The opposite of KD.
Yeah. So unfortunately, don't think that I posted.
Perfect pick. For sure.
Yeah, exactly. For anyone who follows the pod, they know that I am now working with SB Nation and doing posts on their feed. And I went on SB Nation and I went onto the Liberty Ballers page today, and I posted something yesterday about questions that you would ask at Media Day. And the first comment was, "Are you serious? This is a Sixers message board, and you really don't have anything about Imani Bates?"
That guy cooked your ass.
This guy woke up this morning and was furious that we had not had a post about Imani Bates yet.
It's probably Imani Bates' dad.
It was him or Ball Don't Stop. I don't know who's a bigger supporter. So, all right. So
Wizards are off the board.
All right, let's.
Still two.
I know everyone's upset I didn't take Corey Kispert.
So Will said two of his guys are lefts. Let's just. Should we go sicko mode?
Let's go. Do it.
Jonathan Kuminga, come on down.
I thought about it.
Yeah, I had
we were getting to the part of the draft where
I assumed he counted for the Warriors for the
first off
of this exercise.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's technically still a free agent, but he will be signing sometime soon, whether he likes it or not. Yeah. Unless he becomes the first NBA player to do a holdout.
5 guys under tentative contract. It's like 5 old dudes.
Well, also,
I have 9 dudes signed. It's crazy.
I also didn't really care about drafting anyone else on the Warriors, to be honest with you. Like, I look at the rest of this and I go, maybe Trace Jackson Davis, but like, I had to fill in the other guys.
Trace Jackson Davis. I really like Trace Jackson Davis.
I had him like down my list of bigs, but
I don't think he's good.
Yeah, I mean, he might suck
for this
exercise when you're building out the.
I'd rather take
roster,
like Paul Reed.
I have him higher on my board. I have Paul Reed one spot ahead of Trace Jackson Davis. So all right, so I get 2 picks then, right? Or we?
Okay. Yep, you get 2 picks.
Kuminga. So now I'm building I'm building a team as if I am the Kings, because my starting five is Caruso, Hero, Kuminga, MPJ, and Sabonis. Which honestly, it is a gross team, but would probably win. I think Will's right. I think this team would win like 35 games in the East and make the play-in.
I think that team would have a winning record in the East.
They might win 40, 42 games, something like that.
I think my team would have home court in the East.
Hold on, you're starting. Your guys aren't available though. You drafted Chris Middleton and Porzingis.
I did, but if we're healthy, it's going to be
Sam is building a 2022 super team.
Yes.
Porzingis, Middleton.
I always
Garland.
have to forget that Sam's brain is still stuck in 5 years ago.
When Robert Williams was leading a contender. That was when the time froze forever in Sam's brain.
It was so
COVID did a number.
Marcus Smart and Robert Williams getting depoy votes.
COVID was real hoops, dude. I'm sorry. COVID was real hoops.
Sometimes you ever look at you guys. I highly recommend, because if you're a perverted enough to be listening to this in September, highly recommend you go look at the Bubble Nets roster. It is so funny. Tyler Johnson was like the third best player on the team, and he wasn't in the NBA until the bubble. They signed like 7 guys for the bubble.
Was such a squad, dude.
It was a hilarious team. Dante Hall started a fight with Giannis. It was unbelievable.
That was how Campaign got his career back, right?
Yeah, and the Bubble Suns.
Yeah. That was the thing that got
the Nets
him
went
back.
5-3 in the game. People assumed they were going to go 0-8 because they were starting.
Yeah.
They were starting Tyler Johnson and TLC in the Bubble.
TLC.
Yeah, I remember that. I by the way, I do just want to point out. Do you remember what the nickname for Karis LeVert was in the bubble?
Baby Durant.
Which is the funniest thing, because I'm like, what? He plays nothing like Kevin Durant.
No, but I guess they were on the same team. I don't know.
They were on the same team, but Durant wasn't playing. But I was like, if anything, wouldn't Karis LeVert be like Baby Harden?
Karis LeVert is Karis LeVert. He's his own entity.
He has never been baby anything.
My favorite NBA fact about myself, in terms of like what I've seen live, the third most points I've ever seen scored live are LeBron. Second most, Kevin Durant. Most, Karis LeVert.
That's
incredible.
That's like the when Joe Biden, when they asked him how many genders are there, and he said more than 2. That was were the genders he was talking about. Man, woman, and Karis LeVert. The taxonomy of
more than 2.
More than 2, dude.
Absolute bar. Also, I will not be taking Kyle Kuzma, whoever keeps yelling at me. Although I will say that
it's a good culture fit with your squad.
Yeah, MPJ, Hero, Kuminga, and Kuzma is a hell of a squad right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Tyler, I tried to picture Tyler in Vegas, Tyler Hero, Michael Porter Jr., and Kyle Kuzma going out. The Tate brothers would apparate into the room with them, like just be summoned there like demons. Like,
yeah,
it'd be amazing.
All right, so I'm gonna take the guy I think Will was talking about earlier, and I'm gonna take Dante DiVincenzo next.
Yes, I had him. I had him number 4.
I was gonna take him next.
My number 3 is still available.
Wow,
I've always been high on Dante. I just think like.
I'm worried my team actually might be too decent. Now,
I've always been a Dante guy.
That was a good pick.
To be like Bill, when Dante takes a big shot, I think it's going in.
This guy, he never misses in big moments. Will, you're literally experiencing Sam with the Celtics brain, but for Michigan basketball. I think that's what's happening here. Because Dante DiVincenzo had the greatest game of his life.
I was a senior in high school for that.
Yeah, and you were probably really excited to go to Michigan, and you watched that game, and you were like, "Is this literally?"
Dude, no, I could tell. Like, Michigan was winning at halftime, and I was like, "We're gonna get smoked."
Yeah,
you could because Nova played so badly for the first like 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah, and then
the score was like 12-8, and I was like, "We're fucked."
That game single-handedly got Dante moved up like 15 spots.
Sneaky a ton of NBA talent in that game. Like, it was at the time, it was seen as like there isn't really any like legit NBA players here. There's like 8 NBA players in that game. Because it's like Poole, Wagner, Robinson, Brunson.
I forgot Duncan Robinson was on that team. Yeah.
Brunson, McHale, Dante. That might be it of guys who are still in.
That was probably the last
6 NBA players. And it was
the last time we got that.
Yeah.
Because ever since, it's always been like these like really old guys that are like 24. And
Yeah,
like
it's
never make NBA.
professional college basketball players.
Yeah, exactly. It's someone that's making $3 million because they got a Little Caesar sponsorship that Sam is jealous
I did
of.
to this person in the
I would
comments.
love
I did.
that, dude.
Yes.
I need that.
But number 3 on my board is still kicking. But yeah,
Right.
the Discord makes fun of me for my Dante belief. He did have a terrible playoffs this year, so I guess maybe I got exposed.
Well, Dante ruined my life at least one time. I mean, there's video evidence of it.
I mean, he still has like top 10 in the league. Right? Like he takes a ton of threes.
He does, and he's also someone that kind of needs a Sabonis type, which is funny because I had Sabonis on the team.
Like the Wolves' best lineup was always in the playoffs and Dante.
Yeah.
I can't believe my team right now. Like it's basically just.
So you've created a 6 seed. I hate to break it to you.
It's fine. We're gonna blow it up at the deadline. Don't worry about it. I've created a 6 seed.
Trillis Presti when they had like Horford and George Hill, and it's like fuck, these good players are ruining my life.
Get him out of here, dude. Yeah, and there's no vaccine mandates to save you this time. All right, Sam, you were up on the board.
I will not beat the allegations, and I will take Luke Cornett at this point.
I had him in my top 10. He's number 10 for me.
Yeah. I think this is the right spot for him. I think he's a really good player for where his contract is like, he doesn't have as good of a contract as he used to have, but it's still
pretty good.
Still pretty good. Yeah. So I'm going to
isn't it like all team options after the first couple of years?
Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. So
I do just want to point out here, I'm starting to get a little bit concerned with, I'm hoping that Kuminga picks up the qualifying offer because my books are pretty filled right now.
Throws a second apron team in the first year of franchise history.
I have 2 max contracts on the books.
He's going to get his pick frozen in year 1 of the
I meant to ask that before we started. I'm building my team like money is real, but maybe I shouldn't have been.
I'm not. I'm just going for it. I'm also probably going to end up taking minimum guys at the end of this exercise anyway because none of the players will matter.
Yeah, that's what you should do. I'm like for like the Bucks and Suns and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's better than having Kuzma on your team.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So all right.
You guys want me to say the guy who's really high on my board who you still haven't taken or no?
I'm going to take him right now. I'm taking Goga.
Oh, okay.
It was not Goga.
It was still my pick. You can have Goga, but I'm gonna take. I was taking Scottie Pippen Jr.
That is who I had number 3 on my board.
Okay, I had him pretty high, but I also already got 2 guards early.
Yeah.
So I was like, and then I honestly like Scottie just from like a upside play. He is kind of a little bit older. He's like 25 already, 24, 25, but he's good. Like I like I think he's going to be like I have said before. I think he's going to be like maybe a little bit better version of like a Tyus Jones type. Like because he's like actually can play defense.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think he's like a solid player.
Yeah, it's like I think his ceiling is like kind of almost like what Suggs is now. I think he's really good.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I would go that far, but he's good.
Who does Goga play for right now?
Orlando.
The Magic. We haven't taken a Magic player.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't taken a Magic player.
God damn it! You
to
ruined
me,
my Tristan De Silva pick.
Yeah, like that's another one. Like they both would have been taken for sure if there wasn't.
If I didn't take Hero, I would have taken Jaime Jaquez pretty early, but I decided to go.
Jaquez was my Heat guy because I decided I didn't want the Hero contract.
That's actually also Goga's on a scam contract and Dante's on a good contract too.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm just leaning into the bit here at this point. I'm drafting pretty much exclusively white and Republican players, and then also Jonathan Kuminga, who I don't know what he is.
I have another one of those pretty high. My highest guy on my board still is one of those.
So I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to draft it, but do I take 2 here?
Yep, you have another one. Yeah.
All right, I'll act like money is real now because I already have a lot of money on the board here or taken off. Does that affect the equation, Will? The money part of it?
The guy I have, he doesn't make league minimum, but his contract is very reasonable now.
Interesting. I don't think I have him because
he used to make a lot of money.
He's talking about Emmanuel quickly.
This is not true. Although Zach, of course, did bring him up for Rockets trade targets.
That's amazing, dude. That's
like I have to.
Amazing.
You know? I'm legally. They will kill my daughter if I don't. So
dude,
I have to.
like straight up 50 to 20 million more dollars than Fred VanVleet.
No, he did say like he just makes too much money, but like, but still, he brought him up.
Okay, so I'm looking at God damn, what teams do we have left? Let's go down that.
Yeah, it's tough.
Oh, is this the player that I have highlighted right here, Will?
No, but he is pretty high on my list. I think he's the third highest guy I have.
All right, let's keep leaning into let's get good players that we might be able to trade. Honestly, I'm making a playoff team at this point. No one has taken anyone from the Rockets yet, right?
Yeah,
Give me Dorian Finney-Smith.
He was the second highest guy left I had.
Dorian Finney-Smith. My eighth man is Dorian Finney-Smith.
Yeah.
This team is good.
Drill, you could do the Ishbia press conference. 28 teams would swap.
They would love it. They would love to swap.
We have all our picks.
Here's my rotation. All right, ready? Starting five is Caruso, Hero, Kuminga, MPJ, Sabonis. My bench is Dante, DFS, and Goga. And then I get. Do I get one more pick here? Am I just going?
No, it's
it's two.
I don't understand how that works with two people. So
it's just 2-2-2-2 from.
I'm just gonna let you.
Yeah. Boy, but now I don't know what I'm gonna fucking do. Pretty much all of the guys I'm like I had on my short list are kind of spoken for.
I have three guys in my tier of actually good players that are still available.
This guy signed somewhere else, and I forget what team it is.
Two are in the East, one are in the West.
Did we pick a Nick yet? A New York Nick?
No, we have not.
One of the three guys.
Yeah. Okay, I will take Gershon Yabusele.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was one of the. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Knicks, I thought, were the easiest team to do this exercise with
because there's only one guy that's actually good.
The only thing that was like, Jake was like, I wasn't 100% sure on Robinson versus Yabu, but I was like, we don't know if Yabu can be a playoff guy, and Mitchell Robinson has dominated playoff.
Yeah, Mitchell, like I was kind of a Robinson skeptic before like last playoffs, just because he like missed so much time. But like I think after last playoffs, you can't.
I do think he is helped by the fact that the Knicks played him like 6 minutes he played like backup center minutes, because he's just an extremely overqualified back. I think his impact would be a lot less if they played him big minutes. He would look more like a normal center.
Yeah.
Instead of like, is sense. This Dennis Rodman?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's true.
It is very good.
Have we taken a Charlotte Hornet?
No, I don't think we have. We have not taken a Charlotte Hornet.
Give me Young Bull. Give me Colin Sexton, baby. Like,
let's go.
I had Saloon on my board as like a what the hell sure.
Really?
I was like, I didn't really care. Like I was.
Yeah.
By the way, no good options on the Hornets.
Did I tell you that when I made a TikTok that was star in plain sight? Can you find a star in plain sight? And most of them, people don't read or listen on TikTok, so they just immediately comment like Paulo Banchero, and you're like, you literally how do you not fundamentally understand this exercise? But a few were good ones. A lot of the guys we took in that draft were commented. But someone commented to John Saloon and said he reminds me of a young Giannis, and I comp the stats side by side, and I was shocked at how close it was. I was like, what? I was like, Giannis's
rookie stats are really bad. He took a huge leap in year 2.
It's Josh Allen. Like literally, when we talk about like the year 2 to year 3, like 1 to 3, that we've never seen leaps like those guys have been. Because people will say, well, what about Kawhi? Kawhi was always a good NBA player. Yeah, Jared Goff. The Jared Goff.
Kawhi was starting in the finals in his second season.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to thank Trill.
He was also a good college player.
I do want to thank Trill for the assist right now. Everyone go onto Football Reference quarterback comparison tool and Google look at year 2 to year 10 of Jared Goff and compare it to year 2 to year 10 of Tom Brady.
They're identical.
Just go check it out.
Very fun similar one where they're also the same is rookie Daniel Jones and rookie Drake May. So once the Colts get Drake May in 4 years,
honestly, I take that. Daniel Jones is fucking cooking right now.
Yeah, but Sam, that means he has to leave the Patriots to get good.
Oh no, that's bad. That is true. Fuck. Oh no.
I'm trying to write out the teams that nobody's been taken from yet.
Okay, so we have not taken from the Bucks, the Sixers.
No, we could just keep. I got it.
the Jazz. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Somehow the Kings are one of the. I assume the Kings are going to be like dead fucking last.
No, I took Sabonis fairly
The big
early. I
Sabonis,
got that out
yeah.
of the way. I said, you know what? We're gonna compete.
We're competing.
We're competing. I'm going Sam mode and buying into a winning culture. Okay, this is we're gonna win games. We're not gonna tank. We're gonna. By the way, I just had a quick question.
No.
If the draft were to happen, we would both just get random slots in the lottery, right? If like for the first year of your existence,
I think so. Yeah,
I think you just get like random, like they just like put you somewhere in there.
I thought that they give you the odds of like, what would now be 15 and 16. Like they give you the bottom 2 lottery odds, I thought. But maybe
wow, it's that low?
Maybe not.
I thought what Sam said is right. Yeah.
Let me go look at the first. I'll research while you're picking. I'll research this.
Okay.
I feel like it's got to be like the 8th or 9th, but like I just feel like that's so
I've got 29 teams listed, and I'll figure out later who I forgot.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's crazy low, to be honest with you. Because if I'm building a franchise, like I guess that's why you kind of have to tank early, even though it's obviously going to be generally fairly easy.
You think being an expansion franchise is hard now? You should look at how like baseball expansion worked in like the 60s.
Oh, dude, I can't imagine.
There was no draft or free agency, so you just had to like you basically just signed. You just got random players off the street.
Jeez. That's wild.
Like, players couldn't leave their team by their own choice. You could only get traded.
And was it regional too? I assume it was just like you could only get guys from like your area.
So you just had to like find him first. It was bananas. Like
okay, so when there was a Bobcats expansion draft, they actually got the 2nd pick. So I'm crazy.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way. That's so far down.
They took over.
The first year the Mets existed because the Giants and Dodgers had moved to California like 8 years earlier. So they just signed former Giants and Dodgers so people would go to the games to see those guys. So they were playing like 45-year-olds.
That's absolutely wild.
So
we need to do that in the NBA again whenever we bring in.
So whoever wins the Ice Cube Big 3 league, those players can go.
Joe Johnson, Michael Beasley, first 2 picks in the expansion draft.
Dude, Corey Maggette on the Las Vegas whatevers is going to be a movie.
Cinema. Okay. I'm going to go with a player from obviously has not been drafted. I'm going to go with we're going developmental mode here. I'm taking Peyton Watson.
Ugh, he sucks.
Don't care. We don't have money. We are running out of money.
The banks are out of money.
No, the banks are out of money.
The Nuggets need to have someone selected. He's our 9th man right now in our first year. And if he can do literally anything for us at any point, we're going to take it.
Yeah, I don't want to say his name because he works for the team, but I know a guy who's involved in the Nuggets, and he's just like, the problem with Peyton Watson that people don't realize is he is one of the worst wing athletes in the NBA. Like he looks like a good athlete. He cannot jump. His vertical is like in the 20s.
I've never thought Peyton Watson was good. I laughed at that pick famously on draft night. I thought it was an absurd pick at the time, but let me write down the fact that we are now picking from basically the bottom of the barrel. I have to get someone who is very cheap. And then also on top of that, my whole team's veterans and he's probably not going to play. So
I still haven't, we haven't picked a pacer, right?
No,
we have not taken a pacer.
I think there are clear good players on that's the one team left where I think they're a good option.
For sure. But I also can't take certain good players other than, I could have taken Ben Shepherd, but like, I'm not a big, I don't really care. I already have enough shooting. I have enough guards right now. I need wings. And I also am looking long-term here. Maybe Peyton Watson can be something in 3 years.
Both Watson and Shepherd are 2017 players.
Yes. Yeah. Very limited. At least Peyton Watson has had moments.
In his second year, I kind of bought into it because he had really good mid-range numbers his second year. So I was like, oh, well, he'll just expand that out to 3. And then turns out it was just a total fluke.
Mickey Mouse.
Play in the finals.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. He was a rookie. He didn't play.
Are you thinking of Christian?
Oh, no. Ben Shepherd.
Yeah.
No. Ben Shepherd is just, I agree with
They played him in like 5-minute spurts here and there.
I know, but he still played in the finals. Like, come on.
I don't care. That doesn't matter.
It does
I would definitely take him over Peyton Watson.
Sure,
Yeah.
fair.
Like,
I also already have Dante DiVincenzo, Tyler Hero, Caruso. I mean, I just think that he's a 2-guard and that we would probably. I'd rather take a flyer on Watson.
Sam is like, this is why you guys can't build a 43-win team, is because you
vision.
overlook the 9th men.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Peyton Watson is what, 23?
Yeah.
He's 23. He just turned 23. My rule is that all wings suck until they're 25, and they can't be judged based on that early in their careers. So, all right, Sam. Or wait, no, do I take 2?
You get one more.
I keep doing this. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right.
You just take Ben Shepherd.
All right, fuck it. We'll take Ben Shepherd.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep my big fat mouth shut.
I said Ben Shepherd. I said
I'm the guy. I said the Pacers have good players left.
Yeah.
Ben Shepherd was the other player that I was considering taking here, but then I was like, I already have Dante and Hero. I think plays the 2 mainly, if I remember correctly, but maybe I'm wrong.
Except for one guy, and I don't even feel that strongly about it. We have reached the point in the draft where I would basically just take minimum contract guys.
Yeah, and that's Watson and Shepherd make like $5 million combined.
Yeah,
so.
basically the minimum.
Yeah. How old is Ben Shepherd? 24. He's 24. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, it's time for me to make my financial play now. This is my we will be selecting Bronny James.
I knew someone was going to take him because I looked at all the Lakers available.
He's like at this point.
He looked better than Dalton at Summer League.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he has more of a shot than a lot of the guys left on the board, in my opinion, of being an NBA player someday.
Oh, Trill, can we talk about the original Lakers? Oh, we did that, right?
Yeah. We originally, so we said that we actually have not covered this. This was my favorite little tidbit that we did. The person who did the Lakers protections, if I remember correctly, was a Lakers fan. Yeah, Trialis in the Discord. Originally left LeBron James unprotected and protected Jared Vanderbilt.
That's awesome.
Both equally funny. When I saw it, Sam, this is how I found it. This is how I first found out your Twitter was gone, because I screenshotted it and saw LeBron was unprotected. I was like, did fucking Sam do this? This is some Sam Sheehan.
No, Marcus Smart was unprotected. Obviously, that wasn't me.
Yeah. I was gonna say you didn't select Marcus Smart, so I was just letting him hang there for you. But apparently today Trialis woke up and went in and came to his senses and said, wait, we can get off the Jared Vanderbilt contract if we leave him. Maybe he has emotional attachment to him because of that Mickey Mouse March he had a few years.
Protecting Vando is somehow less justifiable than leaving LeBron unprotected. That is how shitty Jared Vanderbilt is.
he makes what, $14 million a year?
Yeah, and it's like the longest contract ever. It's at least 2 more years. It might be 3.
Remember when Will hit me up like a year ago and was like, this contract hasn't even started yet. And he was already out for
Vando and Zeke Naji, the 2 longest bad deals, because they were horrible deals before they began.
Those deals were so bad that teams are now afraid to pay a guy like $9 million. Like this offseason, we started to see it where teams were like, I don't know if I can give obvious good player $12 million because of this deal that was given out in 2023.
It is the high reward though, because that kind of thing is how you get a scam contract.
Sure, exactly. You have to take those kind of risks,
but then on a bigger scale, Jaren Jackson Jr.
Nas Little is another example of this. I remember Nas Little a few years ago. He got bought out in the second year after he got salary dumped.
It's no longer true, but there was a few month period where Nas Little had the longest tenured contract in the NBA. That's the Suns waived and stretched him. So he was on the books for 8 more years. Incredible. And the only reason this has been broken is because the Suns have waived and stretched more people. I think it's the Dame contract now, but still.
Oh my God. Absolutely amazing. Sam, are you up again?
I am up again. I was thinking about drafting Dame, and after he was talking about how happy he was to be back, and then
I just want to say Hyken left Dame unprotected because he knew we weren't going to draft him. He said, look, the optics of this are really bad for me to do this, but Drew's going to play for us next year. So
Well, I yeah, we wouldn't dig it, but it would be very funny to make Dame move like whatever that is, 200 miles north, or maybe it's more.
Yeah, it's not too far. Yeah, after he said how happy he was.
It was, yeah, just that,
I'm
like
so happy to be back with my family, and you rip him away.
rip him away. Yeah, just to go a little silly with it.
Develop a Morey like rep in your first day as a franchise.
Have we drafted for the Pistons yet? I don't remember.
We've not.
Okay, I'll personal pick. I'll take Marcus Sasser.
Let's go, dude. Your team is is legitimately schizophrenic.
Speaking of Morey, if Morey was in our position, he would call Portland and say, "I need a pick to not draft Dame."
Morey would be like, "I will break up your family."
Yeah, bastard idiot. Dude, remember when he did that with Austin Age to Doc in the Clippers?
Oh my God.
Dude, I'm like not kidding. He literally did that with Austin Age.
Absolutely incredible.
He traded for Austin Age on the from Portland and then made the Clippers do the deal with him. It was awesome.
Okay, I'm really not trying to be a dick. I mean, I am though. But Impulse commenting that Joel Embiid is playing basketball like it's shocking.
This is literally stop the presses.
Is like emergency stream.
He's scrimmaging. He was wearing a blue penny in the photos that they posted today, and everyone is in the Discord is currently losing their mind over this. That's absolutely incredible. Honestly, that is huge news. When they showed photos of him, they didn't say anything. Then they just showed photos of him shooting around on social media. And I was like, we didn't know if he was ever going to be seen again. And now he's, I mean, once again, might be 15 minutes a game.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I have the teams I have left are Clippers, Sixers, Raptors, Bucks, Suns, Jazz, Spurs, Celtics, Blazers.
Sounds right to me.
No, didn't Sam just take that was
he switched to a Piston, right? Yeah.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Because we didn't take Dame because we're not Daryl Morey.
Yeah, we're not Daryl Morey.
Fair enough.
I did go through and I was looking at Duop Reith before I found out that he is almost 30 years old.
He was sneaky. I had him listed because I think he's like a fine backup center.
Sure, yeah.
So I was like, I guess he's like at the very bottom for me.
Yeah.
All right. I have Duop Reith on my list of bigs as well. I had him just because maybe he's good, maybe he sucks. I mean, he's what, the fourth big on
the
there?
end of the Blazers roster is like disgusting.
Yeah,
there is just so much slop at the end of that.
Ryan Rupert,
I know Sam takes offense to this, but like even like Thibault and Rob Williams, like what the fuck are they doing there? And they've somehow been there for like 3 years. It's ridiculous.
All right, we are creating the greatest expansion team of all time over here. I'm up on the clock, right?
Yeah.
I will be taking one Sandro Mamakushvili.
That was my Raptor because at first I was like, "Fuck, I don't like any Raptors."
Oshai was the other one I considered, but I was like, the thing with Oshai is I already have a bunch of guards who play exactly like it, wings.
I didn't think you were going to do that. I thought you didn't like Mamu. I thought I could get away.
No,
with
I've been back in on Mamu.
They're gonna call me a fat loser for this and fairs, but like if I was the Raptors GM, I think I might just protect all the minimum guys. I would be happy to get off any of the I think I would consider
they have to take one of them.
I would consider leaving Scotty Barnes unprotected. Like I think I probably would be too chicken shit at the end, but I would think about it.
You're brave just for saying this with 100 people in here.
Las Vegas with the last pick, they're doing like fucking musical chairs, and with the last pick, they have to take Jakob Poeltl.
Even that one, like people are like, oh, this is a fine contract because like Poeltl's pretty good. He's like 31. It's gonna take him until he's in his mid-30s. The center who can't shoot. Famously an archetype that ages well into their mid-30s.
Yeah.
There's so many of those around the NBA.
Incredible. All right. So man, the team that's really brutal is the Jazz.
Yeah, the Jazz, I kind of just use
here. No, hold on. Here you at least have Anthony Simons, who's an NBA player. Like and
wait, did Duop Reith get drafted or no?
No, he did not get drafted yet.
Okay.
So this is the Jazz's available players: Cody Williams, Isaiah Collier, Taylor Hendricks, all might not be NBA players, likely trending towards that direction. Yusuf Nurkic, Kevin Love, both super wash. George Niang, KJ Martin, who just got cut today, so he's not even eligible. And Kyle Anderson. That one's tough. That one is really, really tough.
I wrote down Hendricks just on the thing that you said earlier, Trill, of wings are fucking horrible when they're 20, 21 years old. So, like, what the hell? Why not?
Yeah.
But I might take Niang because, like, Niang can be a fine bench regular season player.
If Hendricks' leg didn't explode, sure, maybe at the end here, but it does feel like he had, his leg possibly fall apart at the end. We have a Republican in the chat right now. Actually, the NBA is going to expand.
Yeah, this is the official expansion draft.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, this is it. You guys excited for the teams in Vegas and Seattle? A thing that's definitely still happening.
Yeah. I can't believe our good friend of the podcast and my close personal friend Ethan Sherwood Strauss has not taken some sort of victory lap. I guess he's had.
I thought you were saying that was him in the comments.
Oh, I mean, it could be also.
Definitely possible.
My dad and I were talking about how bad the New York football teams have been. It's been so long that they haven't been relevant since everyone assumed football was going to die.
Yeah,
like they've been so bad for so long that the last time they were both even like in the discussion, people were like, well, the NBA is about to pass the NFL and become the top sport.
Yeah. Will Smith has killed the NFL. Now we have a movie about concussions, so it's over.
Yeah, well, to be fair, the NBA is relevant in the only part of the world that matters, which is China, and football is not. So for the next century, NBA is going to come out on top. We're just playing the long game here.
Planting my flag right now.
Sam Presti will be in the cabinet when we become a colony of 10. He will have an official advisory role.
That would be amazing.
What are you putting your flag in, Sam?
I'm telling Will, don't get off the Giants bus yet. Danger Russ getting benched.
They're 0-3.
Dude, I'm telling you, they're a real team once Danger Russ goes to the bench.
I mean, that performance, the funny part about the Russell Wilson thing is the fact that the Cowboys game was so bad because it made everyone think that Russ wasn't washed for a few hours. And then on top of that, they still lost the game, which gave him an extra game to lose after
I didn't even care because I mean, I'm like a football casual. Like, I don't really know anything. It was all deep shots, which like you're not going to hit that consistently anyways. No. And I know Wilson's like famously very good at that, but in a normal game, you're going to hit like 2 max. Yeah, and he hit like 7 of them. It was ridiculous.
Cowboys are dog shit.
It wasn't like he was dissecting the defense, like going through his reads or anything. Like
the Cowboys are so lucky the Dolphins exist because they get off the thing. Like. My Patriots are bad, very sadly. That Steelers team was one of the worst teams I've ever seen.
It's so awesome, man. They're bad now because for my whole like living life, anyone winning a game in Foxborough was like national news.
Yeah,
and now it's national news if the Patriots win a game in Foxborough.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it's like to root for a team that has a horseshoe up their ass.
God, fuck you. I was with shout out to my good friend Pay, who I was on PlayStation chat, and he was deep in the Eagles hate watch. And he was like, because I was very legally streaming the game, we were obviously synced up, but he was 30 seconds ahead of me, and I just hear him go, fucking fuck.
I actually got it. Funny enough, I got it spoiled because I have neighbors that have cable across the street. And I was watching on just a regular stream,
binoculars through their window.
Literally, I heard them yelling, and I was like, "Oh, I guess he missed the field goal." And then he blocked it and returned it for a touchdown. And I was like, "Oh, that's what happened." Of course, everything goes right for the Eagles still.
I don't know how the football fans in New York do it. Like, it's so hopeless. Like the Mets at least like build you up and give you excitement just to bring you back down. Like kind of like the Sixers.
Yeah, but I prefer that to like no hope at all.
Whereas like they have like the worst rosters. I looked it up since 2017. The Panthers have the 30th most wins with like 49, and the Jets and Giants have 40 and 41. They're the two worst teams by so much.
The Giants have like 2 Super Bowl wins in like recent history. The Jets, it's just been.
Yeah, like the Giants were a real franchise until like 10 years ago, but the last 10 years has been a bad.
The Jets The high point of the Jets during my lifetime was ended by the play called the butt fumble,
which is just a perfect microcosm for the Jets.
Yeah, of the Jets. Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. This is why I've said before, like, whenever an older Eagles fan complains about the Eagles, I'm like, you used to be the Jets. Would you rather be the Jets? Yeah. Like, shut the fuck up. Like we have it so good now. No one should ever complain about this team. And I don't care that the offense looks like shit 90% of the time. Who gives a fuck? All right.
Anyway, so Giants, playoff Giants are still on the table. Let's go.
I mean, look, I said I thought they were going to be more competitive this year, and to be clear, they are. They're losing losing games only due to the fact that Russell Wilson is literally the Cowboys game was the defense, but Russell Wilson is just like maybe the worst quarterback.
My friends are worried because what's his face looks like the really good Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence, who's like insanely good.
Yeah,
has not been good this year. And they're like, what the fuck? Because he's been like one of the 10 best players in the NFL the last few years.
Yeah, he's been amazing for them. I mean, he gets double teamed on like every fucking play, it feels like.
Like, I can tell how good he is, and I'm an idiot who doesn't know what's going on.
Sure. Yeah.
And he's like been a non-factor this year. It's very weird.
Well, we'll see. I would not have high hopes for the Giants.
Yeah, I just like never even have at no point in the last 10 years have I thought the Giants, because I'm just like, oh, they have the 4th pick. Well, whoever they draft will be bad. Like I just like I never like they get everything wrong. So I just they've never given me any reason to have an ounce of hope.
I was gonna say when Daniel Jones wins MVP this year,
like even the year a couple years ago when they had a Mickey Mouse playoff win.
No, they could definitely. Sucks. I was going to say they could. Well, I mean, it was very funny because the narrative going into that playoff game was that both the Vikings and the Giants were frauds. And then the Giants barely won. And everyone was like, oh, the Giants are for real. But most people deep down knew that they were actually
I was like, they have like 2 good players. They're going to get destroyed.
Yeah. And also they've always been able to draft skill players, but they only can have one good one at a time. It's like, we have Odell Beckham Jr., we have Saquon Barkley, we have Malik Neighbors.
Yeah. They just have like no matter what they do with their offensive line, it's always so bad.
Yeah. That is the most important thing.
They traded up for a center 2 years ago, and he's like the worst center in the NFL. Like,
I think it's cool.
Everyone they signed, like I remember they signed a Patriots O lineman a few years back. They made him like the highest paid tackle at the time. And he was fucking terrible. And everything they like, even they have like, what's his name? He's on the Cardinals, I think now. Will Hernandez was like the 35th pick, like just outside the first round. Horrible. And then he was like a pretty good lineman for the Cardinals.
Incredible.
Aaron, you're thinking of Aaron. And there was a reason he wasn't on the Patriots anymore.
What? No.
Okay.
No. I think it was Nate Solder. There was a bunch.
Nate Solder.
I'm talking about a guy who was Will Hernandez, who the Giants drafted. He sucked on the Giants.
Okay.
And they went to the
and Aaron Hernandez was a soldier that we will never forget.
Sam didn't like Aaron Hernandez, the player, just really, really liked his off the field stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I when they were doing the jersey trade-ins, I went there because I thought you were going there to get one. I kept asking them to give me more of them.
All right, so anyways, do-op wreath.
Do-op wreath. Yeah.
Am I up or is it Sam? I can't remember. I took Mamu with the last pick. Or is it
you are up. More. No, you are still up. You have one more pick.
We're on the snake.
I have Clippers, Sixers, Bucks, Suns, Jazz, Spurs, Celtics, Blazers.
God. All right, so it's Clippers.
You can get like a normal player. Like they have like you can look at the guys
I don't think we want a normal player though. Hold on. Let me look at their thing right now. Yeah, they have Bogdan, Brook Lopez, Nick Batum, Giannis, Koda Niesenhauser, Kobe Brown, Chris Paul, Cam Christie. Yeah, none of
they have Chris Paul. I'm really excited to watch them just because like they're a hilarious unction.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, they are the Unk team.
Yeah. What were the other teams you said we had left? Pelicans?
Sixers, Bucks. No, I thought you took Zion in the very beginning.
No, I never. Zion wasn't available.
Zion's not available.
Oh, no, right. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, because I had them, and then I took. Yeah, so Pelicans, you should be good. Clippers, Sixers, Bucks.
Take our guy Carlo.
I was going to say Carlo was someone I was thinking about doing an honorary shout out to him.
Jazz.
Spurs, he answered Celtics, a question. He answered a question at media today about sports drink. Shout out to two Kings. So,
which we will be making our triumphant return to sports drink in New Orleans. Let's
clear
just
your Mardi Gras schedule.
Let's just say we'll be there for Mardi Gras this year.
Yeah,
we'll
clear your Mardi Gras schedule.
Yeah. We also have a live show coming in Philly potentially as well around Thanksgiving. So stay woke. We'll let you know more information when we have more information on that. But all right. So, all right. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll go with a depth pick here from my Philadelphia 76ers. God, our choices are so bad.
They're all so old. They've all been in the NBA like 12 years at least.
Let's bring in Trendon Watford. Fuck it. Why not? We're at that point of the draft.
Trill, I was gonna take Embiid next. If you didn't,
the Sixer I wrote down was Jabari Walker. I was like,
I had Jabari Walker
out of the way.
Yeah, I was like, Jabari is a two-way, so I feel like that's cheating.
He was the last guy on my board because I was like, well, fuck, I need a Sixer.
Yeah, Trendon Watford, I'm taking him. He's my 12th.
No, yeah, those were literally the two I was arguing between Watford and Jabari Walker.
They both might suck.
And I was like, well, I had to watch Watford the last 2 years. It was pretty annoying, so yeah, I'll take the guy who didn't annoy me.
All right, my team's deep as fuck, dude. Let's go. Sam.
Sorry, what teams are left? It's the Clippers,
Bucks, Suns, Jazz, Spurs, Celtics, Blazers.
Spurs. Anyone?
I took Cornette.
Right, sorry. That's my bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Jazz.
Can I recap Sam's team real quick? Because I just want to make sure I have this right.
Yep.
Darius Garland, Kristaps Porzingis, Ayo Dosunmu, Daniel Gafford, Chris Middleton, Luke Cornette, Yabu, Sexton, Bronny James, Marcus Sasser.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, that's
perfect.
You couldn't. Yeah, true. You couldn't draft Zion. The Rapture got him.
He's been raptured, folks.
That's why he seemed so at peace at media day. He knew he was about to be lifted up.
He was out of there.
Loved his new haircut. It looked great. Anyway. Oh my God. Sam,
seven left.
This is fucking
demented,
disastrous, dude. Like, this is bad.
The end of your roster is gonna be.
I think Clippers. Awesome. You could get a very normal player.
I'm taking Nonic. No, I'm taking Niedenhauser.
Let's go.
Literally, who is that? Is that their first round pick?
Yeah,
that's the
second. 25.
He was like 30 something. I thought. Right?
He's from Penn State.
Every year, the Clippers have the 28th pick, and they set it on fire. It's insane.
They're literally like, all right, how can we get off this contract so that we can pay more money towards a veteran that is like 33 off the books?
It's a great bit of like how good can an NBA team be getting literally nothing from the draft?
For 5 straight years, they were like, every night, every time, I'm like, why did you draft a 24-year-old?
What have they gotten? They've got a rookie. Shea's rookie year is all they've gotten out of the draft in like 15
And Terrence Mann, game 6 of
that's fair.
That's those two things. Game 6 against the Jazz from Terrence Mann, who was the second
Terrence Mann, who is now a salary dump guy at the MLE.
Twice. He got salary dumped twice in a year.
But the first time was at least kind of for free.
Yeah, sure.
He literally took a first round pick to get it to take.
All right.
Yannick Schroeder, Niedenhauser, incredible.
Yeah, these last few are brutal.
And I'm taking Oso.
Yeah, that's who I had for the Suns.
You took Oso, Iguodaro?
Yeah. So
this
let's
is
go.
An incredible team, dude.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is
the most fun part, in my opinion.
Yeah. This is wild. This is the ultimate in name some very obscure guys.
Okay, I think for the final 5, because it's just this gross, we should start reading off the available guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the teams left are
as Celtics, Blazers, Pelicans.
Okay, so the Celtics players left are Simons, Boucher, Chris Minot. I went to high school with Chris Minot. Josh Minot, Luka Garza, Jordan Walsh, Baylor Shireman, Xavier Tillman, Amari Williams. The Bucks available players are, I know Kyle Kuzma is available. Kuzma, Kevin Porter Jr., Cole Anthony, who I'm shocked Sam hasn't taken, Gary Harris, Andre Jackson Jr., Chris Livingston, Torian Prince, and Jericho Sims. What were the other teams?
You just did Bucks, Jazz, Blazers, Pelicans.
All right.
Jazz is the worst one.
Yeah.
Cody. Yeah, we did Cody Williams, Isaiah Collier, Taylor Hendricks, Yusuf Nurkic, Kevin Love, George Niang, KJ Martin, who is now a free agent, Kyle Anderson. And then the Blazers have left open. I don't even know where they are. The Blazers have left open.
Sam's gonna take Rob.
Jeremy Grant. No, so
Yeah, there you go.
Damian Lillard, Chris Murray,
Duop Reed, Ryan Repair, Thibault, Blake Wesley is on their team, and Robert Williams. I didn't even know that.
I just have to say, because of the names you read off, this was like before I had fully leaned into being a complete asshole on Twitter. The first prominent NBA guy to block me, was Sam Quinn, who said when the Celtics got Tillman, like, this is the kind of trade is why Brad Stevens is the best GM in the NBA. And I was like, the reaction to this trade has been psychotic. He is not even as, and then I said this at the time, I think he's not even as good as Luke Cornett. I'm 100% sure now he's not as good as Luke Cornett.
That's very obvious.
The reaction, me and Piss have been joking about it since it happened. The reaction to the Xavier Tillman trade was the most insane thing I've ever seen.
It was basically like the reaction to the Boogie Cousins trade, but Boogie Cousins made multiple All-Star games.
He was really cool.
Yeah, and like he was good at one point.
Yeah. Tillman made one wide open three in a gentleman's sweep. It was like, oh, that moment.
One of my favorite lines ever was he's going to generate more podcast segments than playoff minutes.
I think you're confusing Xavier Tillman with Kristaps Porzingis, Will. That's a different player.
I remember the Barstool Celtics guy saying we have Horford 2.0. I was like, are you fucking how dare you disrespect your guy like that?
Will.
I just entire segment is Xavier Tillman harassment, Kristaps Porzingis flirting, by the way.
By the way, I just want to point out, Will, do you even have access to dunks and threes? Did you see his defensive EPM that year when he played 9 minutes a game?
That year was crazy. His offensive EPM was just as bad. It was literally like 99th percentile, first percentile.
Yeah, I remember Grizzlies fans being very confused as to the reaction to that, being like, why are people acting this way? Okay.
It was a salary dump.
It was. It's awesome. Dude, here's the thing, Will. Here's the thing. It's gonna be him and Garza are right now going to be in a like camp.
I'd rather play Garza.
Competition to start.
Earth-shattering slop. Monte Morris to the Pacers.
Wow, I forgot he was still in the NBA. Do you want to draft him? Can we go?
No,
we already did the Pacers.
We did the Pacers, unfortunately.
Okay, so
you have 2 picks.
Since we're at the point of the draft where no one wants to take this player or any players from this team, and also I'm using the same theory that Will came up with earlier, which is that most wings suck. And we're at the end of rosters, and I'm just looking for someone who might be an NBA player a few years. I was going to take Taylor Hendricks because someone has to take someone from the Jazz, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to take anyone on the
my
Bucks.
Final 2 guys on my board were Jabari Walker and Taylor Hendricks.
All right. Honestly, is it funnier to take Cody Williams?
That would be very funny.
Just I can waive him in a year. I can just
both of them are top 10. Can't you waive Hendricks even faster? Because
I actually could waive. Yeah, I'm going to take Hendricks because I can literally waive him this season. Because I don't even
both top 10 picks.
Yeah, I'm going to take Taylor Hendricks here because there might be a chance that he just didn't get a chance. I mean, I've never been a Taylor Hendricks like big believer since he got to the NBA at least. And I think there's at least a sliver of a chance. I think there's no hope for Cody Williams. So
Hendricks is an NBA athlete. Cody Williams is not.
Yeah, I will take Taylor Hendricks here, and then with my second pick, I guess I'm taking someone from the Bucks.
Let's go.
I'll let Sam take Robert Williams or whoever he wants to take here at the end. But I'll break his heart and I'll take Cole Anthony.
He
Fair
sucks.
enough.
You know, I agree.
I have too many guards. So unfortunately,
I'm rounding out my roster here, and I'm also getting
bought out though. We had a lot of buyout slop this summer.
Yeah, we did. So I'll take Cole Anthony because they have no good young players on this team anyway. So Sam, you're up.
What do I want to do here, man? So it's down to
Austin, Portland, New Orleans.
Boston, Portland, New Orleans.
Okay. So I actually realized that there's a guy I want to take because I got confused about which team he was on. I'll take Kevon Looney, man. Fuck it. He's a real player.
Go.
You're taking him over Rob is such a stab in the back to your own agendas.
I mean, Rob is still healing. He's in the Vegeta healing tank from Dragon Ball Z.
Third straight big that Sam has taken.
One of my favorite
Troy Weaver mode.
One of my favorite stats is that Yves Missy has played more NBA minutes than Rob Williams the last 3 years.
Oh my God, that's wild.
That's very unfortunate.
By the way, Yves Missy was protected in this exercise, but at one point he was Troy Weaver believer left Zion unprotected, but protected Yves Missy, which I thought was also a nice touch.
Amazing.
He believed that much in him after his rookie year. So
did you see Looney was like defensive about being called Unk?
Yeah, because he's 29.
Yeah, he's like, I got to be at least like 34 to be called Unk.
As someone who's 35, he's cooking, sadly.
No, he's I became an Unk at age 32. So
there you go. Also, I don't know if you saw Jordan Poole take shots at Alex Sarr, but he said this will be the first time in years that I've had a real screen set for me. And I said that Jordan Poole was just upset that another combo guard was getting more attention than him because everyone was talking about Alex Sarr instead of him.
Okay, so I am gonna take Josh Minot because I realized that
that's who I had for Boston.
Yeah, I have I realize he is going to be my second wing that I am taking in my 15-player roster.
Incredible.
And the other one is Chris Middleton.
Well, you don't need wings.
Durable and healthy.
Yeah. You don't need wings.
The thing about the NBA is that wings are just easy to come by.
Oh, Io is who's like a guard wing.
Yeah, sure.
Io got picked so high. It was crazy.
You took him with your third pick.
I believe it.
I would rather have Josh Minot than Io.
All right.
Because I'm like kind of a Minot like when the Wolves played him, I thought he was pretty good. Like I think he's going to play a lot this year.
No, I think
I'm real development.
Yeah, I think him and Garza, I think I am going to like pervert out about like 5 games into the
I think
season.
Garza's defense is just too horrific to ever.
We'll
put up some fun numbers though.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to like talk myself. They're going to be perfect guys where I talk myself into them being good. And the second we're back trying to win games, they're going to become my enemies.
The Garza Boucher double big is going to be a movie.
Oh, God, it's going to be so gross.
Literally zero passing is for nerds.
It's going to be amazing. So what's the last team? Is it
the Blazers? I think.
Blazers. Yeah.
I'm taking Duop Reith.
Demon.
Let's go. Amazing. What an amazing end to the draft.
I'm taking Duop Reith.
Is a great example of how good the modern NBA is because like you catch Duop Reith when he's cooking, you're like, this guy's a star.
He hits like 5 threes in a random game.
He's like the 4th big on like the 26th best team in the league.
Yeah.
And also we're getting to a point where I literally am like probably in the second apron at this point. So I got to start saving as much as I can.
You're gonna have to call Sean Marks, get him to stop doing those Exhibit 10 deals.
After I don't want to make everyone sit and wait. I'll send it to Trill because I'm not on Twitter. I'll send it to Trill the post, but I'll put the salaries on these teams.
I'm gonna guess Trill's is pretty pricey.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I have 2 guys making max money. Hero makes like 30 million. Kuminga, I'm hoping he takes that qualifying offer. Caruso makes 20 million. Then I have Dante and Gogo on scam deals. DFS makes the MLE, and then the rest of the team is rookie deals and vet mins. So I honestly might be fine. Like it sounds like a lot, but honestly, the Taylor Hendricks pick might have fucked me over.
Sam is going to have to do the Sean Marks special to get to the floor. Have you guys been seeing what Marks is doing?
Yeah, he's giving guaranteed money to like training camp guys. And,
they've done guys. 7 guys, and they get like 20 grand or something guaranteed, and then they can just cut them immediately. It's really
why would they do? But there's no penalty for not hitting the floor. You just give the money to your other guys. Why would you not do that?
Joe Tsai believes his players should pull themselves up by their bootstraps.
Yeah, that's like actively telling your own players to fuck off, bringing in scabs and then handing them money for the.
He's trying to beat the Communist Party allegations.
Yeah, I guess that's
Joe Tsai's like, please, I want to distance myself from this as much as possible. We will not be redistributing any wealth on this team. By the way, did I miss one of your players, Sam? Because I only have 14 for you. Hold on, can I read off the guys I took?
Sure.
All right, so I'll just do my final team first because I have all 15 for mine.
Yeah.
I have Alex Caruso, Domantas Sabonis, Michael Porter Jr., Tyler Hero, Jonathan Kuminga, Dante DiVincenzo, Goga Batadze, Dorian Finney-Smith, Peyton Watson, Ben Shepherd, Mamu, Trendon Watford, Taylor Hendricks, Cole Anthony, and Duop Reith. That's a pretty good team.
Demons.
Honestly, that team is significantly better than the Sixers.
That team would sweep the Nets in a playoff series.
This is a demon-ass team. Sam's is Darius Garland, Kristaps Porzingis, Ayo Dosunmu, Daniel Gafford, Chris Middleton, Luke Cornett, Yabu,
Scottie Pippen Jr. is the one you missed.
Okay, Scottie Pippen Jr. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so Scottie Pippen
Also,
Jr.
This is a point that does not matter at all. I think taking Gafford over Najee Marshall was an error.
I had Najee Marshall higher on my board, but I didn't get a chance.
I like it doesn't really matter, but I'm pretty Najee Marshall pilled.
Love Najee.
He's very good.
I definitely should have, considering the makeup of my team.
I think like good teams would much rather trade for Najee Marshall than Daniel Gafford.
Yeah, because he's a wing. He's just more useful. Yeah.
Let me continue on Sam's team. So I had then we had after Scottie Pippen Jr., Yabu, Sexton, Bronny James, Marcus Sasser, Giannis, Koda Niedenhauser, Oso Iguodaro, Kayvon Looney, and Josh Minot.
I do have like 5 centers.
I mean, my team is so much better. Sam's going to get the first pick of the draft for sure next year, or at least one of the top 4 or 5 odds. And my team is going to win like 35 to 40 games in the West.
I think somebody sim my team against Trill's team in 2K, and
Sam, my team, my 8th man is Dorian Finney-Smith.
That's fine. My 8th man is Gershon Yabusele.
Really? Yabu wouldn't start?
Yeah.
Who's your starting 4?
It's Garland.
He's going double bigs. He's starting Porzingis.
I am starting Porzingis with Gafford and Chris Middleton and Ayo Dosunmu.
So you're recreating the Wizards before they tanked.
You could do Luke Cornett instead of Gafford if you want, and just all shooting everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sam. My team is destroying your team.
No. Run it through 2K. All
right, I'm going to put up a poll, and you guys let me know who you think would win in a series.
Yep. Come on, Patriots.
The Ayo pick was crazy. That was the most ridiculous pick of the whole thing.
Ayo's fine.
You took Ayo, and I know Tyler Hero's All-Star game was Mickey, but you took Ayo before I took Tyler Hero, right?
That's true. He also makes like $30 million less dollars than
me. I make $0 in the NBA. You shouldn't draft me over Tyler Hero.
I didn't. I think Ayo Dosunmu is a little better than you. Respectfully,
it's fair.
All
right. We will
Ayo Demon. This is the new bit for the new season. Is the Ayo Dosunmu drafted 3rd in the expansion draft? Demon, I want you to look at me right here.
Didn't Sam have a very funny pick last time too? That was like so high.
Well, this is classic Sam, where he makes a spur of the moment decision, and then he has to defend it until he dies.
This is how long ago the expansion draft was. I remember Trill and his unnamed co-GM. They were like, well, we should draft an older guy who we can flip for some draft value. And Drill was like, maybe Jay Crowder. The other guy goes, John Wall.
Amazing.
So we drafted Shake Milton and Cam Reddish, I remember specifically, and I was upset at both of those picks. Both not in the NBA anymore.
Shake Milton.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll come back. I'm saving the spreadsheet. When Trill and I are making hundreds of thousands of dollars, because the podcast is going to take off in the next 2 years as fascism rises, because we're the Republican NBA podcast.
Parody. Yeah, we
That's
are.
Right. The Republicans aren't far right enough for us.
The Nick Fuentes aligned podcast.
All right, that's a joke.
That's a joke. I keep forgetting this is a public episode. My bad.
This is live on YouTube. This is not getting edited out. I'm just letting you know.
All right.
You have to live with that for the rest of your life.
Okay.
Anyway.
Chat.
Chill. Put the second last comment up. New bit. Call.
Every white play.
Game contract, baby. All right. That's where we're ending it.
Yeah, we hit 2 hours.
We hit 2 hours. This is one of my favorite episodes. So I'm glad that we got to do it.
I really enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you to Will for joining us. And
it was fun to just shit on the picks.
Yeah. We'll be back for the Patreon episode later this week. Will got to live out his dream of making fun of Sam right after he
I got to be like those 2 old guys in the Muppets that are just like,
you were both of them.
We used to have these shows. Those were nightmares.
Statler and Waldorf. Io DeSumo. Oh boy, that's doo-doo. Oh,
incredible.
All right.
Peace.